Or are we going straight into it?
No, I think you're just going to hook me up with a coach's show, and then I'll be brief. Oh, gosh.
And good evening, everyone, and welcome to ACTV. We're here tonight to bring you a wonderful basketball matchup between the Clinton Dragons and the Campbell County Cougars. My name's Jared Forgety, and I'm here tonight with Dallas Cole and Uncle Darren.
I thought we were going with legendary.
Legendary.
Dallas Cole.
In his own mind.
Yeah.
In his own mind. And Darren Leach, we're thankful to be back on the air. It's been a little bit since we covered a game. We ended our football season. Both football programs ended up going to the playoffs. They had wonderful seasons. Anderson County's just ended this past Friday night in a heartbreaker. Yep. But it was a great year by both schools. And so we may talk a little bit about that later on in our broadcast. But Darren, you have continued to do your coaches show, and I'm excited to hear from the Clinton program tonight and the coaches. Why don't you tell us a little bit about what you covered today?
Yeah, I met with Coach Daugherty and Coach Lockard. I want you to know that I was so glad that Coach Daugherty was there because the collective IQ quotient went up at least 3 or 4 points.
Yeah. She actually teaches math.
I know, and that was a huge
and she's
benefit.
good at it.
I had for Algebra 2 honors.
Okay.
So, yeah.
But they were great. I enjoyed talking to them. But we actually the time went pretty long, so we split it up. We're going to show part of it before the game, part of it at halftime, or the break between the two games. Basically, we just focused on what the season's going to look like for them, and they were very candid and very forthcoming.
Well, I think both programs have a lot to be excited about this year, and we'll actually go to that interview now, and I hope you guys enjoy the coaches show, and we'll be back as soon as it's over.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to ACTV Sports. The weather's gotten cold. Sports fans have receded into the gymnasium, put on short breeches, and now we're playing basketball. Got the coaches show on for you this week. Got Clinton coaches. We're doing Clinton and Campbell County this week at the Donnie Dome. Yes. And got Coach Daugherty, Coach Lockard. We're going to just kind of fire questions at you guys as we get ready to start the season. I know you guys have already played 5, 6, 7 games, but this is the first one that we've put on the air, so super excited about seeing you guys play. Normally, y'all had a hectic schedule. Normally, we shoot this a day or so before, but we're shooting this interview today, the day of the game. Yeah. So you guys will leave here and get right back at practice. So let me just throw a couple easy ones at you. And, Coach, I'm going to start with the smartest one first, so I'm going to go with Coach Daugherty. Coach, just talk a little bit about the growth and development you've seen from your team since you guys started practicing workouts.
You know, we started in August, and I can say that out of 15 years, so I did softball 4, basketball, this is year 11, that this was probably the best preseason that we had to date. As far as commitment, as far as weightlifting, as far as conditioning. We did this athlete maker challenge that Chris had kind of found for my girls, and they worked hard every day. Of course, I have girls in other sports, so I've got a lot of volleyball girls, I've got some soccer girls. So our preseason leading in before tryouts, the girls were, they're working, and I'm excited excited. And so it's always, girls are funny, and it's always when you finally get your core group together and you've got other kids coming from other sports, you got to kind of get them back together as a family again. And so we're kind of struggling, trying to step into the rhythm and kind of get everything going together. The girls are playing hard, but we still hadn't hit that flow yet. And so offensively, we're kind of struggling. We've got some girls that aren't really in basketball shape yet. And so we're trying to find who we are. I've got a great group of athletes. I've got 5 seniors now. I did just have 3, Ashanti and Ellie, who did not play last year. They actually currently came back. So I've got 5 seniors. I'm loaded with juniors and a couple sophomores. So I've got 12 core kids, and honestly, I could put any of them in the lineup at any point in time, just depending on what we need. Are we looking for defense? Are we looking for offense? The girls are working hard. We just got to find that stride.
So a real quick question before we get, if you had to pick between Sydney Harrell and Robbie Harrell to shoot a 3-pointer for your life, who would you pick?
Be careful.
Sydney Harrell with a hurt finger.
Absolutely. That is the right answer. Yes. I was wondering if you'd be honest or if you'd but yes, that is the right answer. I can't wait for this to air.
I know.
Already. This interview is off to a beautiful start.
That's great.
So, Coach Lockard, for the guys, I mean, what kind of growth and development have you seen since summer workouts?
It's been, I'm always overly excited about the season to start. Unsure of where we were going. I lost Coach Matt Housley, decided he took another job, so he wasn't able to coach with us this year. I still have Coach Thackerson. Coach Scarborough is a volunteer coach, was helping with football just too much. He wanted to concentrate there. And then I lost a young guy, Casey Daugherty, because he got married, and so he's not coaching anymore with me. But I've hired a couple of new guys. Chris Cool has been a volunteer coach for us, and
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I tried to hire Chris years ago, and they're going to allow him to help me until we can finish getting some people in house. My son Chase is his first year starting coaching with me. Real excited about that. You know, so I sort of being able to see what my dad went through when I came and started coaching with him.
Now, is he as hard-headed with you as you were with your dad?
I'm not near as hard on him as Dad was with me, so a little bit of difference. But I think our team I've got a young team. We have some returners that had some big minutes last year. So anytime I get a situation like that, I lean on what I know the best, and that's how do we guard. And if we can guard, I can figure a way out to score. So we've based everything we've done on our defense right now. So our offense looks a little up and down, a little shaky. But that's something in basketball. Take care of your conference games, and you can work on your offense as you go.
Right.
And most people know that about me. I'll play the hardest schedule as I can and try to get ready for the tournaments. And I think that's what basketball's about. People remember what you do in the tournaments.
Sure.
Not necessarily if you win 25, 26 games. That's great and all, but is your team progressing? Is your team getting better? Right now, I would say from the summer to now, we are. Are we anywhere where I want us to be? No. But, we're making the strides. And I'm getting to teach the thing that I love to do most. I love teaching the game. Having great players is a great thing, but right now I'm trying to teach things like player-led teams are the strongest teams.
Sure.
How do you teach kids to be confident? How do you teach teams to lead one another? Because at the end of the day, when high school is over, they're the ones out here making a living. Am I giving them the skills on the court that translate to what happens off the court? And then on top of that, I'm getting to watch my son learn and do some things that I got to do under my father, and I'm trying to create more opportunities for him than even my dad gave me to learn as a coach. So
cool.
Been fun, yeah.
So, Coach Daugherty, talk a little bit about your team leaders. I mean, how are they taking responsibility for your team, and how are they providing that leadership that you need?
I wouldn't necessarily say that we have one team leader. I think we have a group of girls that have the ability to lead on any given night. You've got Bailey, who is a natural-born leader. Bailey Burrows, she's just got, God gave her the qualities to be a leader. And then you've got, Sydney Harrell's a senior. You got Allie York as a senior. Those 3 seniors have been through it freshman year all the way through. They've stuck it out. They've worked hard, and they're here. And we talk about it all the time is until you're a senior, you don't know what it feels like for your back to be against a wall. If you're a junior, you still got, I got next year. Next year we got one more first game of the season, or the last time we're going to play AC or whatever. Like, this here for them. And so their backs are kind of against the wall, and they're kind of pressing and worrying a little bit. And I'm kind of like, hey, we don't have to peak right now. We got to calm down. We got to get a little better and a little better. And then I've got a core group of juniors. You've got Lainey Carmichael down there, Josie Moody, you've got Addie Gamble, you've got Kinsley Hutchison, who's been coming on. Those girls are more of lead by example. They're going to give you those hustle skills, and they're not going to be the most vocal person on the court, but man, they're leaders because people follow how they work hard.
Right.
And so that core group that I just mentioned, man, there's a lot of athletes there. There's a lot of talent there. As coaches myself, we pulled in Dwayne LaFew this year. I don't know if you know him, but we pulled him in and Megan Elliott. Our job is to get this group, by, like Coach said, by district tournament time to be where we need to be as a team together. And we got some roads and some adversity, and we're going to get hit hard a few times in the beginning of the season, but it's going to help us to where we're going to get towards district, towards region, and hopefully to make that run towards sub-state and state.
Right. Coach, same for you. Your leaders, how are your players providing that leadership and accountability?
I do it a little different. I sort of let the team leaders come to the forefront. They have to have a voice, and a player's voice, and typically it is a senior. This year, Caden Nyson and Carson Richardson have sort of accepted that role, so they're the guys that get to come to coach and ask the hard questions behind closed doors.
Right.
But I do things a little different as far as developing leaders. I feel like leaders lead, but we lead other leaders, and we want to have a stronger core. So I have guys that lead different things. You may be responsible for our rebounding. She may be responsible for our turnovers, and I may be responsible for our defensive calls. So I try to spread the leadership out so that we're not always hearing one voice. I feel like when they only hear my voice, eventually it's like listening to your mom and dad. You don't want to listen anymore.
Right.
So I try to get them to hear each other. It's something that I actually learned from my dad. And you can't perfect it, and you can't use it every year. It's something that players have to sort of invent on their own. It's very similar seeing kids come out of the ball game. Do they shake everybody's hand, high five everyone, or do they just go take their seat, or do they stop at a coach? I don't build those things into our program. I let the players develop what they want.
Body language speaks really loudly.
It does, and if they can figure things out that way on their own, and who's in charge of that, who's chanting on the bench, who's in charge of that, and all of a sudden you've got 12 leaders as opposed to one. But our voices that they get to speak to and come speak to the coach are right now Caden Nyson and Carson Richardson with Bryson Maddox. You don't make many kids like that one. And he's learning how to be a vocal leader. And he'll learn from those two boys, and I expect him to sort of step into that role with them here in the next week or two.
Fantastic. Well, you guys got Campbell County tonight, and I'm not asking you to give away any secrets or anything, but kind of offensively and defensively, what are your all's approaches?
Campbell County girls are good. I foresee them beating Oak Ridge, or at least giving them a run for their money this year. The Campbell County girls, I think they're undefeated at the moment. Kits has done a great job.
They got a few girls that have already signed to play at the next level.
He's done a great job over there at Campbell County. And so defensively, and I talked to Coach Slockert, I've talked to my assistant coaches, I've got to figure out a way. My girls are, like I told you, they're talented. But as far as getting down and getting gritty and guarding, we don't do it 4 quarters, and it's killing us right now. We're giving up too many points. And so we're coming up with some different strategies to kind of put into play as we run it from now into Christmas, to try to look at some different looks that we want to see that we'll need for the region when we get there. But defensively, we've got to quit giving up so many 3 balls, and we've got to do a better job boxing out and just sitting down defending. I mean, it's just basic skills, and it's skills that these girls know and these girls have. We just got to have a want to about us. As far as an offensive, like I told you earlier, we really hadn't hit that flow yet. And again, there's some things that we're putting in play for tonight to kind of help us get there. Campbell County plays a lot of a matchup zone. They'll get out and they'll press you some and try to get you to turn it over. We haven't had an issue with that this year. Not to say that tonight won't be the night, but we've handled it pretty well as far as the full court. In the half court, again, they're going to give us that matchup zone a lot. we've got some sets put in that we used against Bearden when we played them a few weeks ago that are really going to help with that look. And so we just, when we played earlier in the season, I told you we didn't have our legs underneath us, depending on what sport we came from. And so we weren't hitting a lot of threes. And my team can put up 10, 11, 12, 13 threes a night. Like, we can shoot. And then we started hitting that rhythm about after we played the zone teams where we couldn't hit anything. And so now we're hitting that rhythm a little bit, getting our shot underneath us. And so hoping I can shoot him out of that zone a little bit and have to make him come up and play man-to-man.
Yeah. Coach, for you?
Well, I wish we could shoot 10 or 15. Yeah, again, I think it changes year to year. Some years, if you look back at some of the pictures here on the wall, with that team was a little bit different. I approached differently game to game. I felt like there was 8 seniors. We were able to do what we do, and now let me adjust what we need to adjust to play. But with this team, I'm trying to teach them how to do what we do. So we will just do what I feel like is our strength, and that's we're going to guard. We're going to guard you from one end to the other, and we're going to guard you from one sideline to the other, and we're going to work on how do we score in transition. And right now our half-court offense isn't great. They don't know all of the stuff that we're even trying to get to. So, I'm in still of the mindset of if it's not a conference game or a district game, we're trying to perfect what I need to perfect to make us the best that we can, and then I can adjust depending on what your team's bringing to the table when the district games begin. This new league for me is so different. We always had such a gauntlet run back in the old league. It was 8, 9 district games, bang, 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 and now we have an off district schedule. Right. And it is a little bit difficult. We've already played some really tough teams. So
it's been a long time since I played, but help me remember. Do kids still like playing offense better than they like playing defense?
Unless they're playing for me. And they want to play offense, you got to guard. But yeah, we're not going to do anything crazy. I'm just going to work on what we need to work on to get better. Campbell County, we scrimmaged them earlier. They shoot it good. They move the ball well. They're very difficult to guard. It's going to be, can we slow them down, and then can we do what we need to do offensively? Last night we scored a whopping 39 points, but felt like we really played pretty decent on offense compared to what we've been doing. Right. We're just learning what we need to do, and until we get there, it's hard to make too many adjustments.
So on the court, you guys have kind of outlined what you guys are doing. What do y'all have going on off the court? What are your kids doing in the community? What are they doing in the schools? So just a few that y'all can highlight that you've got excelling.
I can tell you I've been very blessed with the girls that I have right now. The majority of my girls have over a 4.0 GPA. Wow. They are honor students, they are AP students, they do the dual enrollment classes. I don't have to check their grades. They're phenomenal student athletes. And like Chris mentioned earlier, my girls aren't going to the WNBA. Let's just be real, they're not. And so my job is to get them to get that degree and to help them further in life. And these girls get it. They understand that they're student athletes, and they work hard in the classroom. Their teachers come and tell me how, your kids are great. I love having so-and-so in class. And so in the classroom, they're phenomenal. And now in the community, we've when we have the little kids camps and we have all the things, our girls are out there helping all the time. My dad has a little basketball team that he started a few years ago, and they'll come in and they mentor these girls and they help them and they run drills with them and do things like that. And so the girls have great hearts. They're great athletes. They're great people. I'm blessed as far as who I have right now on my team. Now, years in the past, you've had struggles and this and that, but I can tell you my girls they've got it covered right now as far as everything they need to be doing right.
Yeah, fantastic. Coach Lockard, for you guys?
My guys are the same. Boys are always a little different, in the classroom sometimes. But right now I've got a great group of boys. They're all doing what they're supposed to. They all go and venture to the elementary schools when they need the meet and greet kids, right, for the elementary schools. And, and they really enjoy that. I don't think they realize how much these elementary school kids look up to them.
It's true.
And so when you can get them over to the schools and watch the kids come into into their school day, and they're like, oh, hey, and then they show up to the game. So our guys really like that. But we have a lot of boys that are very involved with their church and all the organizations that they deal with too as well. And kids are kids, and they're great kids, and our job is to just sort of help guide them and give them opportunities. And when we feel like they're not getting enough opportunities to be involved in the community, then we have to make them and find ways for them to do that. But these boys are, they're out there, and they're very involved in the school stuff. So, and that changes. It changes year to year, and sometimes a couple of years it'll be better or a little worse. But right now it's pretty solid and pretty good all throughout our school. It's a pretty good place to be right now. It's a lot of good things going on.
I get to experience something really cool. So my kids are at Grand Oaks Elementary School, and they have a favorite person. And it's Coach Lockard, not this Coach Lockard. It's Chase Lockard.
Right.
And so.
Yeah, I started saying, I've known this Coach Lockard. That can't be true. I've known this one for a long time.
But they think it's so cool that, the boys basketball players will go down there. They just think it's so cool that he's sitting on the bench. And, they've always looked up to my high school girls. I mean, I tell my girls this all the time. You don't have any idea what these little eyes are watching. They're watching how you interact with your coach.
Sure.
They're watching what you're doing on the bench. They're watching how you act with your team. They're watching what you wear. They're watching what you say.
100%.
And so my kids look at my basketball players as like they're all-stars. They're super women, and they just think they're the world's coolest things. And so I think it's important for athletes, especially high school, to see that you are role models for these younger kids that come to the games.
Well, I mean, I'm super old, and I still remember, when I was a little kid, I still remember, Jody Wright, Clark Wormsley wearing that Lake City Laker jersey. It mattered to me.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a big deal. I mean, when I was 7, 8, 9 years old, I mean, like I couldn't think of anything greater than wearing that Columbia blue Lake City Laker stuff. I mean, it was good stuff. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to AC.
Man, what a great interview that was. I think that as they get into the studio, it goes a little longer than you planned.
It does. Everybody's always nervous about it, but once they get in, you start getting them talking about the sport they love. Everybody is very comfortable and very fluid.
I love the passion that each one of them spoke about their squads and how they're growing in leadership and all the different things of how a team comes together this early in the season.
Yeah. And
it was a wonderful, wonderful thing. But we're going to try to catch you guys up here briefly. We have the first game, the girls' game, has begun. And, Darren, I'm going to pass it to you and see if you can give us a little rundown on the starters that we have for tonight.
Well, both teams are got a very veteran starting lineup. First, I'll introduce Campbell County. Number 10, their starters, Bella Lester, who's a senior. Number 15, Carla Kitts is a senior. Number 23, Jaden Kitts, a sophomore. Number 32, Lacey Pemberton is a senior. And then their kind of go-to girl, number 33, Sailor Hutchinson, who used to live in my subdivision, I might add. No longer does, but used to. Saw her grow up. And then for Clinton, number 4, Bailey Burrows, a senior. Number 13, Allie York, a senior. Number 1, Addie Gamble, a junior. Number 10, Josie Moody, a junior. And then number 30, Lainey Carmichael, a junior.
And we will do the best that we can with these Campbell County numbers. Their numbers blend in very well to their jerseys.
Yeah.
So we're going to do the best that we can as far as calling out numbers and that kind of thing as the play continues. But here early in the first period,
Bam.
You have now they've pulled it within 2, but Campbell County leads 5-3. Dallas, why don't you tell us a little bit about what you expect out of the girls tonight?
So, like Coach Phillips was saying, this is kind of a returning team for her. She's coached these girls for the last 3-4 years, and a lot of them had a lot of experience from last year. And like she said, these seniors kind of got their backs against the walls, especially Bailey and Allie. So they're really trying to put everything together right here before really Christmas break, so they can have good momentum after Christmas. So.
Yeah, last year you saw a lot of minutes played by Sydney Harrell, Bailey Burrow, Addie Gamble.
Josie Moody,
Josie Moody,
Lainey Carmichael.
Lots of playing time between these girls. And Gamble takes a three, a little short. Good defense. Yeah, 30 can't touch it once she steps out. That was Carmichael with good defensive play there. Slowed up the fast break by the Cougars. And if you're just joining us, you can see, well, maybe you can't see right now, but our fourth of our
the Four Horsemen
is out tonight. So any opportunity that we get to give Lee a hard time, I say go for it. But
we might just be the Three Stooges.
Yeah, right.
Deep for Campbell County, number 23.
Jaden Kitts.
In the coaches show today, Coach Daugherty was talking about how she has purposefully stacked the front end of her schedule, playing really tough teams to try to. I mean, basketball is a tournament sport, and she is more concerned about her district games and having her girls ready when you get into postseason play. So she's got a lot of tough challenges early in the season.
Those tough challenges early in the season can help with team growth, help you overcome some adversity. But I think you're looking at two of the three teams that I think will probably be leading at the end of the year between Clinton Oak Ridge and Campbell County.
Just a little short there by Lainey Carmichael. Campbell County bringing the ball up, pull up three, and drains it.
Yeah, that was number 10, Lester from Campbell County. Dribble the ball. They're looking get a little motion pass here. Gamble open in the corner. A little long that time.
As the great Joe Dean would say, the iron unkind.
Another three.
And Campbell County
the ball very
has come out ready to shoot tonight. I think that one was that number 12? Was that Davis? Like I said, those Campbell County numbers are very tough to read.
Yeah.
Clinton's got to establish their shot tonight. Campbell County's playing a zone defense. It looks like a 2-3.
Oh,
jump ball. And they really need to look at trying to get it down low and work on driving in the layups.
So that was actually a foul called on Gamble, number 1. And number 1, Chapman, has entered the game for the Cougars.
Campbell County, their girls, they've been together a long time. A lot of these girls have played together for quite some time. And they're all a lot of seniors, and they can shoot, and they're tall, big.
Yeah, these girls, from my understanding, a lot of them play together on other teams.
Yeah. Call foul on Presley Chapman, her first.
Sailor Hutchison enters the game.
Hutchison presents an interesting problem. She's left-handed, and that's difficult for some folks to defend. They're not used to seeing that, but she can use either hand. But her dominant hand's her left.
Just like ACTV's favorite broadcaster, also left-handed.
That would be
me.
Oh, you?
Me.
Okay,
yeah,
fantastic.
I'm going.
Nice shot there by Addie Gamble.
14-5 as we get down to about a minute in the first quarter.
Clinton's playing pretty good defense. The only problem is Campbell County they're just shooting lots out from on the arc.
Contact down low.
I like that play from number 10, Moody. So when she got the ball, she took the ball to the basket, it looked like, and initiated that contact, drew the foul.
And I think this what this team should do, because all of them can shoot. So eventually one of them is going to get hot. And so if they can establish the inside the paint game and have the three near the game, I think that will help Clinton a lot.
Trying to get it inside to Burrow. Bailey showing a little frustration there early. You know, she's gotten a lot of playing time in her career at Clinton.
Yeah.
She's starting her senior campaign.
Since a freshman.
Yeah. A lot of playing time. She's definitely a leader on this Clinton squad and a go-to.
Oh, good look.
Yeah.
I don't believe. I believe Saylor saw something that her post player didn't see, but that was a nice pass. Catch that, you got a layup.
Do you have any insight as to why she wears 33?
I do. I have a lot of insight about that. Her favorite player is Larry Bird, which as soon as I found that out, I was like, man, that's a good kid.
You know, it's interesting considering, you know, she
probably never saw Bird play live.
Oh, she never. There's no way
Larry
Larry
Bird's my favorite player, but I never got to see him play. So.
Thank God for YouTube.
I think Larry Bird retired when I was 2.
Oh,
so
wow.
There's no way that she saw him play.
Good defense. Quick hands by Campbell County.
I might have been 4. Was it 92? Yeah, that's his number. That's what. That's the number that Saylor Hutchison wears on Campbell County.
After the first quarter, 16-5, Cougars in the lead.
And like we've said at the start of this, Campbell County.
And we're going to go to the floor where BJ stands by to give us some interesting tidbit. BJ, how are you this evening? I think we're having a little technical difficulty here. We'll hopefully get back to BJ here momentarily. Our mic is not picking up.
Oh, I think the realization, is your mic on, BJ?
Are you there? Testing.
I thought so.
There you go.
Is it on now?
It's on.
Hey.
Let's start over, BJ.
No,
How
I
are
didn't
you?
have my mic on. Yeah. I'm great. So I've been talking to the athletic director here at Clinton High School about some exciting things happening in the world of sports. So they've had several girls for signing for college just in the past month.
Absolutely. In the past month, we've had at least 6 young ladies that have signed on to go and extend their athletic and education careers at the college level. So I love being a part of every single one of those signings, watching the families, watching the kids smile. It's really all about them. It's fun to watch.
Okay, so there's something exciting happening also in softball for the girls finally.
Yes. So it's looking like we are fully on schedule to play our first softball game on Clinton High School facility and campus this year. So really looking forward to getting those kids out there. A lot of hard work just went into that. Dr. Parrott, a lot of sweat. I'm really looking forward to getting those girls out there and showcase their talents. We should have a really good year on the softball field.
So as I was driving by on the way to the gym today, I actually was able to see that the press box is going up, the concession stand.
It is, yes. They're making really good progress. I'm not 100% sure about where they're at, but I believe that we are on pace to be playing softball on campus, yes. Yeah.
All right. That's very exciting news for Clinton. And what about baseball this year?
So I'm so excited about the 2 new coaches that we have. Eric Hart is the head coach, and Austin Sherwood is our assistant baseball coach. They've been hard at it. Coach Hart's been with them. Coach Sherwood helped with football, but they're both together now, working those guys out almost every day of the week, training, weightlifting. Really good things to come there. I can't wait to see the product that those guys put out on the field. It's going to be amazing.
It's an exciting time in sports for
absolutely.
Clinton High School.
Yes, ma'am.
So we can't wait to see what's happened in basketball for the rest of the season and for spring sports.
Yeah, absolutely. Go Dragons.
Back to you guys in the studio.
Hey, BJ, when you get a chance, would you tell Josh that he should respond to some emails, especially if I send them to him? Or actually, just ask him if he's aware that he has an email. Ask him that.
I will.
Thank you.
All right, we're back at it here. 6:42 to go here in the first half. And Campbell County has extended their lead 20-5 as Clinton looks for an answer on offense. Defensively, they're playing pretty well. The only downfall is Campbell County from beyond the arc has got to be shooting 70+%.
Well, I think this is a game that if the Lady Dragons are going to get back into it, they're going to have to do it with their feet. I mean, they're going to have to hustle. They're going to have to stay, in front of these girls. They have established the fact that they can shoot it.
So that will be a foul on number 30, Carmichael. They have switched up their defense, though. They are now running a 3-2
zone,
kind of a zone defense, and it is proving to be effective to
Maybe
protect
it's a 1-2-2 now.
To protect the three-point line. And Gamble's going to take a breather. Number 13, Allie York, comes into the game.
That would help Clinton. She's a shooter. If she could get a hot hand, nearly a steal.
What was it last year? I think at the beginning of the season. I mean, she was making them from everywhere on the court.
Yeah.
She was a very, very consistent shooter last year. So,
well, Coach Daugherty told me today that on any given night she's good for 6 to 7 threes.
yeah.
Bam.
Nice shot.
You got to admire the patience by Campbell County as they just continued to pass the ball until they found their open shot.
Yeah. Rotate the ball until you can say the pass is always going to be faster than your feet, and if you can rotate the ball, you'll find that open shot.
Nice kick out. Allie York for three.
A little long.
Off the heel.
Nice rebound though.
Burrow's going to take it. No, she passes it out. Another three. Long again. And
Nice.
good defensive play, knock it out of bounds.
Yeah, to stop the transition.
I didn't see who that was. Was it 10? 13. So it was Allie York that was knocked the ball away, I believe. And number 5, Jaylee Rod has come into the game.
A sophomore.
A sophomore.
Tip of the cap to John Ward.
Oh, nice pass. Good defense by the Dragons. Clinton's playing some good defense here while Campbell County's trying to look for the shot.
They've kind of gone back to a man.
Yeah.
Guess that changes by your personnel group on the floor, and there's a timeout called by the Lady Dragons. 4:21 to go here in the second period, and the Cougars lead 23-5. Clinton's got to try to find some offense.
Yeah, as I said, if they're going to get back in this game, they're going to have to do it. They're going to have to do it with defense because right now Campbell County's shooting lights out. It's tough to win when you're knocking down the three at the pace that the Cougars are tonight. But again, I go back to you're in the early season of this year. And this is an opportunity to learn. I mean, that you're going to get it. I mean, you're going to face tougher teams as you get into postseason play and onto the regular season or into the postseason. So having an opportunity to grow here, I mean, that's outstanding.
Well, I think you'll prove to see conditioning will come into play here. As the game goes on, you're a little tired in your legs. Your legs aren't helping you with your shot as much. So I think conditioning will play a big part in this as we get deeper into this game, and it will provide an opportunity for the Dragons to put on some points.
The thing that makes me a little nervous about, Campbell County is I think they're, if I remember correctly, they're undefeated going into this game. And these girls, they're all veteran leaders, and they've played together for a really long time.
Nice take by.
They know what they're doing, and they know where each other's going to be. They know. I mean, they're playing like a kind of a hand in glove kind of thing right now.
So it's a travel on Campbell County. Carmichael trying to play some defense there. I think she's really the one that forced the turnover. Take the ball out underneath. Got to get the ball in.
Ooh, wide open. A good defense there. Got back on. And Campbell County bringing the ball up.
Sailor with the ball. Passes it.
Ooh, nice take. Just
12. Davis took it to the hoop. And Burrow brings the ball up. I definitely think the pace of this game is benefiting Campbell County right now.
Oh, good rebound. But like we said, they just got to start hitting some shots because they're playing pretty good defense right now. I mean, they've scored 6 points this quarter.
Both off of threes.
That's what I'm saying, though. Yeah, if they can hit their shots and get back in this game a little bit.
Deep three, a little short.
Somehow or another, the Lady Dragons got to figure out a way to get the lid off that basket. Maybe they got to work the ball inside and try to play an inside-out game.
Yes, Burrow has so much experience. You'd think that, the ball needs to kind of flow through her on the inside and, play a post-up game down low. We'll see if Sailor Hutchison knocks down the first one.
I think Sailor is signed to play at Campbell University in Kentucky. Robbie Harrell back there in the corner scratching his noggin. No doubt in deep thought.
That makes sense. Robbie's in his first year as principal at Clinton High School, longtime administrator with the system.
Just can't buy one of those threes. Here come the Lady Cougars.
Ooh,
Good defense.
Good rebound,
good defense
though.
by York.
Nice pass. Campbell County bringing up the ball here.
Got to stop the ball.
Ooh, nice take.
That's kind of that left hand that you're talking about.
Yeah. Well, one of the first things you have to do on defense is when someone's pushing the ball to the floor like that, you got to stop the ball, make them change direction.
Try to take the charge, do something.
And
Number 11, Ashanti.
Sailor was able to go coast to coast. Do they still say that?
They do say coast to coast.
Okay, very good.
Yeah. Nice pass. Ooh.
Okay.
Wow, good defense there by the Campbell County. They're bringing the ball up. Oh, wide open.
Little long.
Good rebound by Abby Phillips.
Carmichael with the rebound.
That's Abby Phillips.
Good job.
Is that who that is? I'm
Number
sorry.
20. Yeah.
Get it to a guard.
That's right.
Now, a lot of this quarter too for them. They've had a lot of turnovers. They are not holding the ball well.
Little long.
Good rebound by Abby Phillips.
I'm sorry. I think I've called her Carmichael several times. My bad.
Nice take by Campbell County.
I think if you're Clinton, you're going to want to slow this game down.
A little bit. I'm a little surprised we haven't had more timeouts in the first half to try to slow Campbell County down a little bit.
Well, also, when you're playing at this pace, your defense can tend to get sloppier as you get tired, so more fouls potentially are called, and we've not seen a lot of that either.
Right.
Yeah, but also I don't think we've seen a Clinton team not hit as many shots as normally. I mean, they normally come out shooting the ball very well, so it's going to be interesting to see how they come out of halftime here and see if they can start knocking down some shots.
The only decent looks that they've gotten so far, Clinton has gotten is 3-point shots.
Yeah, and they've been open to an extent. So,
They've been very collapsing in the paint.
Yeah.
Campbell County has. So 11.6 seconds to go here in the first half, and as soon as this half ends, we're going to go down to our sideline reporter,
Nice pass by
BJ, and hopefully she'll have an interview with the lady head basketball coach.
I think she's got Coach Daugherty.
Coach Daugherty lined up. That's another avenue to get some points. Get to the free throw line, but you got to knock them down. And she knocks down the first one.
Junior Hutchinson. Kinsley.
Leander enters the game for the Dragons.
A little short on that one.
And she heaves it.
Wow.
So that's your halftime score. The Lady Dragons trail 29-6 as we go into halftime. But we're going to go right now down to the floor and get an interview real quick. I'm going to give them just a minute to get set up. BJ, are you there?
Okay, sorry. I am.
Go ahead.
So your girls have played relatively well on defense. So what do you do in the second half to get the offense going?
I don't think we played well defensively or offensively, so we got to figure it out at some point.
All right, well, good luck in the second half.
Well, I don't think
She doesn't agree with our analysis.
I don't think Coach Daugherty's having a very good first half, BJ.
I would like to see what the score table
I don't
says.
think she was very happy with her girls' performance.
I do not think so.
Yeah, and rightfully so. I'd be interested to see what the scores table says about how many of their points came off 3-pointers, because if my math serves me right, I think it's 21 of their 29 points came off 3-pointers.
That's a lot. That's a lot. Hey, BJ, did you get a chance to find out what Mr. Reed, is he aware that the district provides him with an email? Does he know that?
I did not hear what you said. I'm so sorry. It is so loud in the gym.
I was just curious if Mr. Reed was aware that the district provides him with an email.
Oh, he did. And he said that she would always give him a hard time no matter what.
That's true. That is true.
Well, BJ, thank you so much. We'll catch back up with you hopefully before the start of the second half. And, the Dragons got to find some answers here as they go into halftime to try to see what they can do to slow down this Campbell County offense.
Well, I'm a little sympathetic to Coach Daugherty because, as she indicated, from her perspective, I imagine nothing felt like it was working. They were knocking down the three at an exceptional pace, and her girls couldn't buy a basket.
No.
And you look up at the scoreboard, and what you got's what you got. I would not want to be in their locker room, I don't think, at halftime.
No, from what it sounds like, I wouldn't want to be. But, that could help a little bit, establish what you need to do and go out there and do it. So,
fiery halftime speech. Let's go win one for the Gipper.
Yeah. Did the Gipper play basketball?
No.
Oh.
No.
Okay.
No.
I'm sure he could.
Well, we're going to take a little break here, and hopefully the second half we'll see some fired up offense from the Dragons.
Let's hope so.
And we're looking forward to between the games. We're going to bring you the second half of the coaches show.
Yeah, it's it's a little more lighthearted. I ask them some probing questions that are a little less serious, more about themselves than basketball.
Well, to that point, let me ask you guys a kind of a question. We just came out of Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Okay. When you sit down at a Thanksgiving dinner table, what is your go-to dish?
You know what? The first thing I'm scooping out, my Thanksgiving plate is always like just a varying shades of beige. I mean, it's dressing, it's turkey, it's dumplings, it's macaroni and cheese. So and I'll have like some garnish that are green beans, but everything else is just kind of a khaki.
Khaki color.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm kind of with Darren. Everything's good. I mean,
everything's
good. But I mean, if I had to pick my personal favorite, it would be dessert. Not dessert. I'm sorry, I told you wrong. Dressing. And then I was gonna say for dessert, I'm a huge spice cake.
Well, I'll let you in on a little secret. At our house, since my grandmother passed away, my brother is the dressing king at our house now. My grandmother taught him how to make the dressing. He does a fantastic job. Normally I give him a hard time, but I can't even give him a hard time about that because he actually does a really good job. But my go-to dish is my mom's sweet potato casserole. Not everybody likes sweet potatoes, but for me, that's my go-to. Well, we're going to take about a 5-minute break. We'll be back with you shortly. And thank you for joining us tonight here on ACTV. It's a pleasure and a joy to bring you sports here in Anderson County, covering both Clinton and Anderson County. And we'll be back here in just a few moments. And welcome back, everybody. Thank you for giving us a few-minute break there. We're ready to get this second half action underway. I'll be interested to see here early on in the second half the changes that Coach Daugherty's made with her girls and the way that they're going to play defense. She tried several different combinations in the first half, but it'll be interesting to see kind of what that lineup looks like and how they can slow down the Campbell County offense.
Yeah,
Dallas, what do you think?
And I think the 3-2 zone that they're running, it's helping. But like we said, I mean, they got to establish the shot. If you're not hitting any shots, you can't win a ball game. I think defense can win you ball games, but when you're not making some shots, I don't think it helps either. So I'm kind of excited, like you said, to see what they do here out of this halftime break.
Yeah, I'm looking to see what adjustments were made, and if they do anything schematically that's different from what they were trying in the first half.
Nice.
Good defense there. They got to make sure their passes are good and crisp, too.
I like working the ball inside. I mean, like if there's a lid on the bucket for the three, get the ball inside.
Yeah, and I think if you establish your inside game, the outside game will take care of itself. If you start working in the paint, they're going to have to guard the paint, so that leaves open your three.
Well, and there's also the possibility of getting fouled, too, and you get to the line.
I think that's either the second or third foul on Gamble. She's going to take a seat for a moment. So it looks like Clinton is going with a zone here. Or, I mean, a man-to-man. I'm sorry.
Nice pass.
Yep.
And it looks like Campbell County's kind of switching up their tactics as they've gone into the paint the first couple possessions.
There you go. You didn't score, but you got fouled. Get to the line. Foul called on Hutchinson. I believe that's her first. Carmichael goes to the line to shoot two.
Ooh. The rim wasn't very forgiving there.
No.
It looked like it was down the hole.
One of my favorite parts about the basketball season is the bright color shoes. I love shoes, and it's just good to see all the bright colors and all the different ones out there. So I ain't got my shoe of the game yet.
I see some orange ones down there. There's pink.
Yeah.
I see the pink ones, and then there's orange and blue. We'll have to maybe we can come up with Dallas's shoe selection.
Yeah. I think last year, it was the Anderson County girls. Two of their girls bought one girl bought two shoe blue, and the other two were pink, and they switched them. I thought that was cool.
Just don't end up with two left feet.
Yeah, they didn't. It's a nice shot there, but just didn't fall.
Josie Moody. Again, just a lid on the bucket for the Lady Dragons.
Nice shot.
Not so for Campbell County. That's Carly Kitts for three, senior.
A little short. Nice rebound by Burrows.
There you go. Offensive rebound.
Getting caught in the corner. Yeah, that's always a defense loves that. Would they call a jump ball there?
Timeout.
Or timeout?
Somebody called a timeout.
The Dragons did get the timeout.
They must have gotten possession.
Yeah, I believe Carmichael wrestled it away.
Yeah. 36-9 with 5:09 to go. I think at this point in the game, you got to kind of be a little honest with yourself as a coach and look at, like, what are some things we can learn here? How can we improve? How can we get better? Look at your team, see who's competing, see who's still in there mixing it up, doing the things that you need to do to be successful. It's 36-9 in the third quarter.
5 minutes and 9 seconds to go.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think at this point as a coach, this is what you're looking for. Who on your team is going to continue to compete, who's going to continue to work hard and do the things that they need to do. Tonight, the long-distance shooting has just been abysmal for the Lady Dragons.
Yeah, I don't quite know where that kind of comes from. They're known to be pretty good shooters, and I know that at least a couple of the Lady Dragons have kind of – coach tells them to shoot. She wants them to shoot.
Got the green light.
Like that.
But there's one of them.
And she's just not been on so far tonight. Surprised that wasn't called a kickball.
We had that discussion the other day. I was playing ball with some friends, and another three for Campbell County. But we had a kickball on offense.
That was Hutchison, I believe.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, I didn't think you could call an offensive kickball. Well,
Still
you
by
can,
Campbell County.
and it has to be intentional. So, like, if you accidentally throw it off their foot,
Nice save.
you're good.
Tees up another three.
A little long on that one, but rebounded. Nice take.
That was a right hand. I'll tell you what, her daddy was never that good.
No, he played soccer.
He couldn't kick it in either. Burrows for 2 for the Lady Dragons. Timeout on the court with 3:31 to go in the third.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you. I think, being down, 30 points, you have to be looking as where can we grow? What can we do tonight to learn something and grow?
Well, basketball season is not football season.
No, one loss
one loss
yeah.
is not going to kill you, and some nights you just don't have it. And then you got to look at what you can gain positively. And again, I think you're just looking for who's still doing the things that we need to do, who's competing, who's playing at a high level. Because it's easy to quit when you get down by
Absolutely.
30 points.
And that's one thing I teach my kids when we golf. I mean, one bad hole, sure, it doesn't help, but you can't let that affect your whole round because there's 8 more holes of golf left to compete in.
All right, as we get back underway here in the third period, Campbell County will inbound the basketball.
Nice pass. Oh, a little long.
Couldn't finish. And Gamble
Hattie
comes out of the
still.
way, out of there with it. Drive the ball.
Oh, nice take. Just a little short there.
Coast to coast.
That's it.
Clinton inbounded the ball. Gamble with it at the top.
Got some substitutions for Clinton. Easter Day, a sophomore, number 3.
Turnover by the Dragons.
And number 2, Leander, a senior. Into the game.
You haven't seen them play much tonight. Makes me wonder if Coach is making a statement that she's going to find some girls that want to play.
Maybe.
Nice.
Campbell's
kick out.
open. Shoot it. A little short.
Kick to the corner.
Ooh, nice stop. But still going to retain this Campbell County's ball.
Yeah, Leander with the stop.
A lot of them switched to that new Wilson basketball. It's the Evolutions, but they got a new. They're a little bit lighter, a little bit better leather. And I'm not a big fan of them, but
Running a weave at the top. Look at that weave. It's like a Harlem Globetrotters.
That's exactly what I was thinking. Pretty soon one of them's going to dump a bucket of confetti on another one.
Maybe.
Minute 54 to go. Burrow comes back into the game as well as Carmichael.
Destiny Rutherford, a senior, checks in for Campbell County. Both teams starting to go a little deeper into their bench. Open three.
a little short there. Rebounded by the Dragons.
Same team. There you go. Comes Campbell leading the offense.
Knocks it down. Carmichael with a three. Hopefully that'll get things rolling here for the Lady Dragons.
Campbell County probing the defense of the Lady Dragons.
Nice move inside. Carmichael comes up with a nice knockaway. They'll stay on this end of the floor, I think.
Looks like Josie Moody subbed back in.
Well, that's teamwork right there.
Yeah.
Dallas,
Here in the season of giving,
Yeah.
helping your teammate out, a little shoe issue. Gamble with the ball.
Got to be quick with those passes there. Carmichael drives.
Nice pass. There you
Burrow
go.
knocks it down. There we go.
Bailey Burrows from Lady Carmichael.
The dime from Carmichael.
Nice defense there.
I like what I'm seeing from some of the Lady Dragon bench players.
That's where you can earn some playing time.
Yeah.
Nice
Knocks it
mid-range
down.
shot there.
Look, that's 3 buckets on 3 possessions.
Yes, sir. So there you have it. The end of the third quarter. Clinton's made a little run there as they've put up 7 points there to end the third period, and they still trail 43-18, but you got to love the effort that they're putting forward.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, you want to see hard work, you want to see competitiveness, and you're getting that. I mean, that's as we said, some games in basketball. When's the last time we had an undefeated college? It was 76, Indiana, Bobby Knight. I mean, no one's gone undefeated.
Are you talking about winning the championship? Kentucky went undefeated in 2015 in the regular season.
Calipari's first or only championship?
No, it was in 2012, but they did it in 2015.
I'm Googling.
And they lost to Wisconsin in the playoffs. Or they may have lost the one game to Wisconsin. It's one.
I'm pretty sure Bobby Knight was it, but I'm Googling.
The key to that success is the ability to chuck chairs. If you can throw a chair across the floor, then you can win ball games. All right, we're getting ready to get back underway here for the fourth.
Oh, wait.
Here in the fourth. And here we go. We're going to go to BJ on the floor with some of our cheerleading coaches from Clinton. BJ?
Yes, I'm here with the coach and assistant coach for Clinton High School cheer. And for those that don't know, Clinton High School cheer actually got a bid to nationals for the second year in a row. So can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, we're actually super excited. This year's been a great year for us. First of all, I want to thank my assistant. She came on with me this year, and she's been a really big help to me. Just an extra set of eyes and ears. But this team, we hit the top 10 in district at the TSSAA competition, and we actually hit the top 5 in regionals this year. So this team is climbing to the top. This Saturday we have Smoky Mountain Championship, so we're getting real excited about that championship competition this weekend. I expect the girls to do really well in that competition. So that all being said, we're going to nationals in February. So with that, we need sponsors, and if you would like to be a sponsor, a national sponsor, you can email my booster at chscheer booster at acs.ac for any sponsorships. She'll be announced at games at a national sponsor level. So we're super excited, and we just need help getting there. These girls work really hard. I don't think people understand how hard cheer really is. We don't only just show up and cheer 2 games for basketball. We have other commitments that we make throughout the year as well.
Well, we're really excited for the cheer team this year for nationals and for this weekend, and good luck in your competitions.
Thank you so much, and go Dragons.
So that's CHS Cheer Boosters at acs.ac.
Yes, CHS Cheer Boosters at acs.ac.
Well, hey, BJ, hopefully, between now and the start of the next game, they can teach you a cheer that you can do here live on air. I think that would be great television.
Well, I would do it, but I have a old sports injury that I cannot cheer right now.
Okay.
Hey, BJ, are we going to have a BJ's Brain Buster today?
You will, and I will have it at the halftime of the boys' game.
All right. Can't wait. Well, Clinton has definitely made a charge here late in the third into the fourth as they've been able to cut the deficit, but Campbell County still does lead 45-22. Another great defensive play by Carmichael. Darren, what do you think is kind of the testament to them picking up the pace here?
Well, I quoted Bobby Knight just a minute ago, and I'm going to go back to Bobby Knight. It's amazing, he said, how the butt is connected to the brain. When your butt goes on the bench, it's amazing how your brain kicks into gear because playing time is coveted by everybody. And so, it seems like maybe Coach Daugherty's gotten some folks' attention, and getting a little bit more hustle.
Kind of hard to do anything with the basketball when you got 3 defenders on you.
True.
So they were able to pick up the foul. Looks like Addie Gamble will be inbounding the basketball. She's directing traffic, looking for an inbounds play. There it goes. Right back to her. Open for the three. Off the top of the backboard.
Lady Dragons doing a better job on the offensive glass.
Wide open. Carmichael a little short.
Rebounded by Campbell County.
But those are two good looks at the basket, though.
I mean, you can't complain about the shot. I mean, obviously you want the results to be different, but sometimes they just don't go down.
Did you find the undefeated seed?
I did. It was 75-76 Indiana,
What did
undefeated,
Kentucky do that year,
undefeated national or undefeated
national
regular
champion.
season and a national championship.
Yeah, I was say Kentucky went undefeated in the regular season
That may be true.
because they lost to Wisconsin in like the Final Four, I think.
Unable to handle that pass. It's going to be Dragon basketball.
Timeout, Campbell County.
And Campbell County is going to take a timeout with 5:15 to go here in the fourth.
Narrowed the lead a bit.
He's showing a little frustration here with his girls.
Yeah, he's coach is a little bit upset. Are coaches ever really happy?
I was.
When they retire, I mean, the perfect example of that is Nick Saban. He seems like he's enjoyed his new role.
Yeah. I was pretty excited when we won the district in golf.
So tell us a little bit about that. Yeah, so when's your season start?
So we'll start golf up here around late January, early February, and then we'll play all the way through till May. So
You going to have a good team, good year?
yeah, I have some returning kids, a lot of they'll be 7th and 8th graders, and then hopefully have some new faces on the team this year. So really excited.
Campbell County's kind of gone back to more of its starting five. I think coach has seen enough.
Yeah. Jason Kitts is the
Nice
head.
block.
Jason Kitts is the head basketball coach there for
Josie Moody.
Campbell County Cougars. He, if I'm not mistaken, he played his high school basketball at Anderson County.
Did he?
Yep.
There's several kids on the roster. I imagine they're related. Campbell County looks like they might be putting it in the cooler a little bit.
Definitely slowing things down and limiting possessions.
Nice.
Take.
Left hand.
Sailor Hutchison.
Gotta be careful not to travel there. 23 on the floor. Got a hold.
Jaden Kitts.
Burrows is coming out.
Rod back in the game.
Good inbound.
Sometimes you just got to take that shot. I mean, when they got the ball inside to Moody, she had a shot, put it on the floor, and the defense collapsed on her.
That's on Aaliyah Woodson, her first, team 4.
This press release was just sent to me. This Saturday night, ACTV will be live covering the Clinton Christmas Parade. starting at 6 p.m., hosted by the one and the only Jeff Cole, the beautiful and talented Regina Copeland, as well as Tim Shelton.
Yeah.
So excited about that. Be sure to tune in at 6 if you're not planning on coming out to Main Street and Market Street to see the parade.
Jeff Cole's pretty excited about it, from what I can tell. So it'll be a good night of fun and seeing a lot of people throughout the community.
Got some upcoming games on ACTV. On January 17th, Anderson County will cross the bridge and travel to the Donnie Dome on the 17th of January. And on January 28th, the Scott County Highlanders will venture down 75 to play the Anderson County Mavericks. And then on February 7th, Clinton as well will cross the bridge and head up to Anderson County to play the Mavericks. So we got 2 more Anderson County games and really 3 Clinton games. So those are our upcoming games. Again, January 17th, Anderson County at Clinton. January 28th, Scott County at Anderson County. And then February 7th, Clinton at Anderson County.
Yeah, we always enjoy doing the Clinton-Anderson County game. It's gives us an opportunity to highlight both of the programs that we cover. And then that Anderson County, Scott County game ought to be very interesting, as Jordan Jeffers, who's the head basketball coach
Nice steal.
at Anderson County, came from Scott County. So
I'd really like to see the Lady Dragons start taking the open 10-footer and besides putting the ball on the floor, and drawing the defense, trying to get the, layup.
Yeah.
Of course, Coach Gardy may be tired of seeing those balls carry them off the rim, too.
Yeah.
25-47 with 2:45 to go in the fourth.
Deep 3, a little short off the front iron.
ACTV obviously is here live this evening, and it's such a pleasure to bring you this coverage. But they have great programming all week long, and actually one of our videographers is out in the field tonight covering the show choir at Anderson County tonight. So give a shout out to Molly. She's over at Anderson County tonight covering that, and I'm sure it'll be up on ACTV later this week, maybe as soon as tomorrow. I don't know what their plans are for it off the top of my head, but be sure to check out all the different programming that ACTV has to offer. They cover our county commission meetings, our school board meetings, so be sure to tune in different times during the week as well to catch all the programming that we have to offer. I know that they had the North Middle School band concert, just several different things that they've been covering recently as we get into this holiday season.
Well, and it's pretty cool. People may not know. I mean, we get microphones and talk, but the guys that do the hard work behind the scenes, I mean, like Anderson County Schools is extremely fortunate to have ACTV that will cover different things going on in the schools, gives parents, grandparents, and even military family members who don't have an opportunity to see family members up close, but they can follow them, watch them on ACTV. Pretty cool thing.
Absolutely. I think it really gives those that aren't local an opportunity to tune in. You can always go to Anderson County TV's YouTube page, and most everything is archived there. You can also go to andersoncounty.tv, the website, and check things out there as well. But super blessed to have this platform to do a lot of different things with, and we even actually have shows like they do. There's an art history show that they've done in the past, and some things like that. So always be on the lookout for the interesting things that are coming down the pipe for Anderson County Television.
Yep. $1:40 to go, 25-47. Campbell County in the lead.
Daily Rod at the line for the Lady Dragons.
Daily Rod at the stripe for the Lady Dragons. Just a reminder, at halftime or the break between the girls and boys game, we'll have that second section of the coaches show. A little levity. I asked the coaches some humorous questions. I actually think Coach Lockard kind of steals some of Coach Daugherty's answers, but who am I?
Really, is that? I mean, are you surprised by that?
No, and I really. As I said at the beginning, I was really happy that Coach Daugherty agreed to do the show because, IQ points alone really saved. With Chris Lockard and myself in the same room together, we need a boost.
Oh, my. And if I'm not mistaken, you taught history, right?
I did.
I mean, isn't that kind of the go-to for coaches? Don't they go and teach history?
I like history.
I'm just kidding.
See, I'd like to teach history, and I coach, but I actually enjoy history.
Another note, one of the biggest nights of the year for ACTV is coming up. We did this with our family a year or two ago, but Allison Greenhouse, one of the art teachers here in Anderson County, does a art show. They do it around Christmas every year. There's different art projects that they do, and I don't know exactly what art projects they're doing this year, but it's something that is going to air on Tuesday night at 6 p.m. and they're sculpting this year. Thank you, Ryan, for letting me know that. They're going to be doing some sculptures this year, and my daughter Audrey, my oldest daughter, really enjoyed her time doing that when Miss Greenhouse was her art teacher. So be sure to tune in Tuesday night, 6 p.m. with Miss Greenhouse as she does the sculpting for the Norris Family Art Night.
I believe we've gotten to where the referees let them play. We've gotten to the let them play part of the program.
Like, we're close.
It's been physical the last couple minutes.
Well, you get 5 of them, right?
And you can't take them home with you.
No, you cannot.
And she was able to knock that one off of a Lady Cougar's leg, and now it's Clinton basketball with 20 seconds to go. Let's see if they can come up with a good shot.
There's your 3. Nope, chooses not to take it.
That was still working the ball. Burrow open in the paint. It's going to stay on this end of the court. 4.5 seconds to go. Open.
Got it off.
And it was a little short.
Your final score, the Campbell County Lady Cougars 50, Clinton Lady Dragons 26.
I will say this is probably not the turnout that the Lady Dragons were hoping for. They knew it was going to be a tough task tonight with all the experience that the Lady Cougars have. But you have to be encouraged with about the last 10 minutes or so of this basketball game. The Lady Dragons are really starting to put some things together. And you have to look to the bright side of that, for the last 10 minutes of this game.
And like you said, I mean, you didn't have a good shooting night. I mean, you're going to have one of those nights. So them kind of stepping up near the end, like you said, the last 10 minutes, kind of gives you a little bit of momentum going into the rest of the week and the rest of the games of the year to help you really kind of establish what you need to do and what you need to grow and learn from. So.
One of the things that you have to see that you can learn from about your team is, will they continue to fight? Will they continue to put forth the effort, hustle, and drive the ball to the basket? You didn't get as much from some of your key players tonight as you'd hoped.
Yeah.
But I like the last 10 minutes or so of this basketball game.
Well, I think, you depend pretty heavy on Allie York from outside, and that just wasn't there tonight. Sometimes Steph Curry's missed a couple shots in a row too. I mean, sometimes they just don't fall. But I imagine there's going to be some hard practices in the Donnie Dome the next day or so for the Lady Dragons.
Well, while the boys game, while they warm up, we're going to actually take you to the second half of the coaches show. And, I think you're going to get to see definitely a different side of these coaches.
Yeah,
and
it's a good time.
Darren, you want to introduce it to us?
Well, we get to find out what some of their favorite apps are, how musically inclined these coaches might be. I think for those folks who maybe don't know Coach Daugherty and Coach Lockard that well, it should be entertaining.
All right, so we're going to go right now to the second half of the Coaches Show. We hope you enjoy it, and we'll bring you back here live for the game between the Clinton Dragons and the Campbell County Cougars, and we'll be back here momentarily. Enjoy the Coaches Show.
So just for both teams, just a few folks that Dragon Nation might want to keep an eye on this year. A few of your girls, a few of your guys that to keep an eye on the court.
Bailey Burrows has already signed to play at Milligan. And then you've got Allie York, who can hit 7 to 10 threes in a night. Her and Lainey actually tied the record for three-pointers for girls last year. So you got Allie, Sydney, like I said, she can shoot it. And then you've got Addie Gamble and Lainey Carmichael and Josie Moody, that junior class that they've got colleges looking at them right now. And Josie, she's a phenomenal volleyball player, but man, she's a phenomenal basketball player too. And those 6 kids that I just mentioned, if they wanted to go play college ball, they could. And we're not where we need to be, but when this group decides to peak and they hit that peak, I have a feeling we're not going to have an empty seat in that Donnie Dome watching these girls play.
Right. Coach, your guys?
I think ours will be a little bit more sporadic. I think we'll have guys that play better against certain teams. Caden Nyson will be able to dominate the paint some nights, and other nights he'll be more on a perimeter because he's more of an inside-out guy. Carson Richardson, obviously our three-point gunner. It's always exciting to watch somebody hit 5 or 6 threes in a game. But I think our sophomore class as a whole is something to watch, from Camden and Alcorn and Williams and Tackett. They're a pretty strong core. We have one freshman that dresses varsity right now, Brendan Hayden. But we have a couple of high flyers that excite the crowd. Braylon Hayden, who's about 6'6", he can get above the rim, and I think he had 6 blocked shots last night.
Nice.
But Bryson Maddox is from day one as a freshman, I've called him a freak. He is a freak of nature athletically. We've seen that on the football field.
Sure.
Basketball-wise, I've compared him to a kid like Mikhail Vibert back that I had years ago that was such a phenomenal athlete. Bryson is he's something to watch, and he can do some really nice things on the basketball court, just like you saw him do on the football field. He gets above the rim. He blocks shots, and he's explosive, and he's like a human highlight reel for high school players. For my guys, it is a little different. It's not one or two that will always shine supreme. I think we're developing a pretty solid team. And again, I'll mention Bryson. Even though he can go score 18 to 20 a night, he doesn't care to score 7 as long as we can win.
Right.
And that's something you can't teach.
That's special, yeah.
All right, so we'll take the focus off basketball just a little bit, and we're going to put it on you guys. I won't do this every coach's show. I'll just do it the first one. So if you survive this, you won't have to endure it anymore.
I hope I survive, because I feel like I thought these were just for Coach Lockard. So here we go.
Oh no, these are for everybody. So I've got 7 questions for you guys. That's just for you all, and something I think Dragon Nation might be interested in finding out. So here's your first one. What are the best 3 concerts you've ever seen in your life?
I've only seen 3.
Well, this should be easy.
Rascal Flatts,
Okay.
when Philip Fulmer's daughter, we were best friends in college. That was my first one.
Okay.
And then I've seen 2 Morgan Wallen concerts solely because my little sister loves Morgan Wallen and my mom drug me back. So there we go.
That's easy.
Only 3.
It was easy.
Coach Lockard, I know you've seen more than
I've seen a
3.
few concerts.
What did you think of the Beatles when you saw them in there?
I did see the Commodores, and it was a really good concert.
I bet it was.
It was good. Probably my favorite 3 have been my 3 Edwin McCain concerts. My wife took me to. Rachel took me to 3. I love Edwin McCain, and we've been to 3 different states to watch him. But I also saw the Jacksons in Knoxville.
Nice.
And that was
at
a
Neyland
phenomenal concert.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's probably my favorite.
You know, I saw Edwin McCain just about a month ago. He was with Hootie and the Blowfish and Collective Soul.
Yeah.
He opened for them. He did a great job.
He's good.
Yeah.
He's good. Yeah.
All right. What are your top 3 go-to apps on your phone? Got to have them.
Facebook, Instagram, and Huddle.
Okay.
That's what
I knew that one was coming.
Yeah. Mine would be Huddle for the watching film, and Huddle Focus to turn on the camera, and probably my ORNL app just to make sure I got enough money to buy something. I can go get something to eat. I'm always on that one.
All right. So here's a little hardcore. What do you believe is your best trait and your worst habit?
Oh. I feel like mine is exactly the same. I feel like my best trait is that I genuinely care. I genuinely love these girls, and I care about their future, and I care about them as a person. I'm super competitive, so I want to win every basketball game, but I genuinely care about the girl. Like, and I want to see her 10 years from now, and she's married and a baby and all the things. And I think my worst habit is that I genuinely care too much. Sometimes.
Totally understand. That makes sense. Coach, for you?
It's pretty much, I'm overly competitive, not just in ball, in everything. You want to play ping pong, tennis, tiddlywinks, cards. I want to win everything we do. And it's also one of my worst traits because I've had to learn to become a better loser sometimes, because you can't win all the time. So, yeah, that's probably that. But, coaching-wise, I would say probably whistling. I never realized I whistled that much until you listen to the sound on the thing.
Seems like other people.
I get my mom said, "Why aren't you whistling out there?" What?
So, yeah, that's it.
So, Coach, what's your go-to karaoke song? You're out on the town and you're going to sing karaoke. You're going to go to this.
Well, I never get out on the town, but I do sing karaoke in the car with my kids all the time.
Okay,
so
fantastic.
Probably "Let It Go," Frozen is what we will sing at the top of our lungs in the car.
All right, Coach.
Anything Elvis, I'm all over it.
Really?
Yes.
The King?
Yes, all over it.
I'd like to be a fly on the wall for that. If you could go back to your high school self, and you could give your high school self one piece of advice, what would you tell her?
Slow down and enjoy it. I don't think, as a high schooler, you're wishing you can't wait to go to college. You can't wait to turn 18. Can't wait to go to college. Can't wait to be 21. Can't wait to have a family. And I feel like you're wishing your life away. And if I could have just slowed down and enjoyed those moments a little bit more, and enjoyed, what I had around me at the time. And as a young person, you don't think about how important your grandparents are and all the things. And now as an older adult, I was like, man, I wish I would have slowed down a little bit more. I wish I'd have enjoyed moments a little bit more, because
it goes by fast.
Can't go back.
Yeah, it goes real fast.
I keep telling my kids at school, I wasn't born 54.
Yeah,
it was a process.
Yeah, it took us a while.
And I wish I'd have done some of it differently.
Yeah.
Coach, same for you. If you could go back to little Chris Lockard, what would you tell him to do different?
What she says is great, but to make that happen, I think I would tell myself back in 1988 that Kansas was going to win the NCAA tournament. Bet big on them, and then you could be able to relax and enjoy all that stuff around yourself.
All right, so let me get you guys out of here. This is the last one. If you had one superpower, you could have one superpower, what would it be?
Oh, that's easy to fly. I've never been able to dunk.
Too, yeah.
And I'd love to just get up there and slam that point. Yeah. Pull down that backboard. Yeah, that'd be nice.
Yeah. That'd be me. I don't like to fly in planes, but I wouldn't mind flying myself.
Okay. All right, well, guys, thank you all for coming in. I appreciate y'all doing this show with us. Again, tonight, 6:30. 6.
Yeah.
6 o'clock, girls in Campbell County, 7:30, boys in Campbell County at the Donnie Dome.
Yes.
If you can't go out and be there, of course, if you can, go support the Dragons, but if you can't, you can tune in here at ACTV. We'll have both those games for you tonight live. And once again, I'd like to thank Coach Daugherty, Coach Lockard for stopping in for the Coaches Show today, and go Dragons.
Thanks,
Thank
Darren.
you.
Thank you for having us.
And now we go to the floor where BJ has Coach Lockard down on the floor for a brief pregame interview. BJ, what's Coach Lockard got to think about the game tonight?
Well, I asked Coach because they're coming off of a 1-point loss last night. So how are you going to use that to help coach your boys tonight?
Great question. With a young team, it's tough. They're a little disappointed. We played so well last night to lead the whole game and just sort of let it slide through your fingers on a couple of missed free throws or a couple of missed opportunities. And it's hard on a young team. So tonight, you have to make it more about your team instead of your opponent. Luckily, it's a non-district game, so we can focus on what we need to do and on what's going to get us better. And the more you do that, I think with a young team, it sort of takes a little pressure off, and they feel like you're carrying the burden and the pressure for them, and they can just sort of play.
So what is your big focus tonight for your boys?
This team's built on defense, and we're going to guard. Maybe one of the best defensive teams I've had in the last 15, 20 years. And that's tough to say because I've had some pretty good defensive teams, and to be this young and to be able to play this aggressive defensively says a lot about them. But we've got to continue to get better offensively, and so in the back of my mind, that's our focus, is how do we get better offensively, but out in the forefront, what everybody will see is how hard I'm pushing them on defense. So there's a lot to do. It's early in the year, and with a young team, I've got to prepare them for the tournaments, and that's what I'm trying to do. So sometimes it's hard to see what I'm actually working on as we're moving forward, but it's a process, and not that our process is anybody better than anyone else's, but it's our process, and I think it's going to work for this bunch.
You always have your teams ready for the tournament by the end of the year.
Well, I appreciate that. That's the goal, and try to get them ready. And I've been really lucky. I've had a lot of great kids, and they've responded to what we've asked. And I don't think this bunch is any different. They're just a little younger, and hopefully I can get them there a little faster. And it's been really fun. I've got my son's coaching with me now, so that gives you a little bit extra incentive to teach him as well you're teaching the others, and watch him interact with the guys and start making his way as becoming another coach. And we've got great coaches on the sideline to help mentor him as well. Hopefully we can just get this thing going. We can have a great first year.
Well, good luck tonight, Coach.
Thank you.
So BJ, what you're there in the gym. What are you seeing from both squads? What do you expect to see tonight for this basketball game?
Well, I do expect an electric atmosphere. The student section tonight is camoed out, and they all have duck calls. So they've already started the banter with the Campbell County Cougars.
All right. So, BJ, can you give us...
I don't know if you can hear that in the background.
Hey, BJ, can you give us your best duck call? I love BJ. She's always a good sport. What about from the Campbell County side? What have you seen so far from the Campbell County side?
Their basketball team was very focused. They were not worried about the crowd or the crowd noise at all. So I do expect a really strong fight tonight. But I do think that Coach Lockard is going to have his boys focused and ready.
I think you mean figuratively and not, strong fight. That's a figurative statement, right?
Absolutely.
BJ, thank you so much. Hopefully we'll come back to you here soon, and we'll get some more great interviews. So BJ, thank you so much for covering the sideline tonight. And guys, as we get ready to get this game underway, what do you kind of expect from the Campbell County Cougars and the Clinton Dragons tonight as they meet here in the Donnie Dome?
Well, Campbell County's always tough in basketball. I mean, that's kind of what they do. From talking with Coach Lockard today on camera and off, he feels confident that he's going to be able to get his boys to D up, and he's going to try to make his way tonight with defense, and he's going to try to, I think he wants to keep it low scoring and be opportunistic on offense.
Well, I like the Orange Crush has come out in their camo tonight. Dallas, do you have any camo in your wardrobe?
I do have some camo actually.
Okay.
But I don't wear it often.
Okay.
But I do have some.
Well, you know, one of the things that I enjoy most about covering Clinton is the passion with which coach coaches. And we're going to go now to the floor as they're getting ready to do the national anthem. So we'll pause here as they do the national anthem. And there we go. The national anthem has been played. They're getting ready to do the starting lineups. But back to my question, Dallas, what do you expect to see from this squad tonight?
I think a lot like Coach Walker said, they're young, and a lot of these guys are sophomores and juniors. You have a few seniors, but I think Coach Walker does have a very good defensive team, like you were saying. And I think if they can keep the defense good and just make some shots, I think they're going to come out and win this ball game.
You know, one of the things that I think Coach Lockhardt's teams are notorious for is feeding off of his energy.
And they absolutely.
He is a bundle of energy when he hits the sidelines to coach a basketball game. I've seen nothing like it.
You can hear that whistle from everywhere.
I mean, even in college and pro ranks, I've never seen anybody coach quite like he does.
Yeah.
And I think he does a fantastic job of getting the most out of his kids.
Yeah, and I think that helps. I mean, when you're a high school kid and you have somebody wanting to encourage you to do better, man, it always helps you. So.
And I thought it was interesting to hear him talk about he has the opportunity this year to coach with his son. You know, he got to coach with his dad. You know, that's kind of a cool thing, a cool experience for a father and son to be able to do. So that's exciting. Well, we're going to go to the floor here as they announce the Clinton Dragons starting lineup.
Your Clinton Dragons. At a post, number 34, Kate Isa. At another post, number 0, Braylon Dana. At a wing, number 3, Bryson Alex. Also at a wing, number 1, Carson Shooter Richardson. And at point guard, number 2, Cam Nelson. Dragons are coached by Chris Walker.
And there you have it. I'm going to go to Uncle Darren right now. He can kind of recap you in case you didn't hear the starting lineups. Darren, what starting lineups do we have for this evening?
Well, I'm going to fall under the caveat of in case you didn't hear, but what I did get was 34, Caden Ison, who's 6'4", senior. Number 3, Bryson Maddox, just hot off the football field, 6'5", junior. Number 2, Camden Nelson, who's a 5'9", sophomore. Number 1, Carson Richardson, who's a 5'9", senior. And then number 0, Tegan Bollinger.
Yes, several of these guys have just finished their football seasons. That was the first time I've ever seen the jump ball happen 3 times in one go. But several of these players have just come off the football field. So, that's great for conditioning.
Late call. May have been a foul, but I would like to have seen it called when it happened instead of waiting to see if the bucket went.
Yeah, great conditioning, but it doesn't always lend you to getting your offense kind of put in place, and so they're playing kind of shorthanded right now. But they have a very big starting lineup. I feel like 6'4", 6'5". I mean, some big guys in that starting lineup.
Luke Browning at the line, a senior for Campbell County. Misses them both.
Misses them. Ball never lies, right?
I guess not.
Nelson, who is a sophomore.
Sophomore.
He got plenty of playing time last year as a freshman.
Nice shot by Carson Richardson there.
And Richardson knocks down his first shot.
And Carson's a very good three-point shooter. I think if they can get him open and get some shots, I think that'll help play a big factor in their offense tonight.
Nice trap.
Oh.
He's going to call a foul, probably on Richardson. I didn't see the number, but it was a hold. It was on Richardson. So that'll be his first.
Second on the team.
You can read these Campbell County numbers a little better.
Pulling it from downtown.
Wow. What a shot, yeah.
Gavin Cox, sophomore.
Now, Darren, do you think you could pull off the samurai bun?
No, not at all. Not at all. I can't handle a sesame seed bun. Miss the dunk, always a favorite.
Yeah, at Darren's age, you got to worry about diverticulitis.
There you go. Luke Browning tried with a two-handed stuff and was denied.
Ryan, the funny thing is I had the exact same thought. You just said it.
Coach Lockard wanting a full.
Was it a full or? I mean, Coach Lockard does have a new coaching staff this year. There's always been Troy Thackerson for the last few years. But you've had Andrew Shootman, former player. We've covered him a few times. There's Chris Lockard's son, Chase. And then shout out to assistant principal at Clinton, Chris Cool. I think his first year coaching. So it's good to see some new faces and helping get everybody involved into this basketball program here at Clinton.
I love how Coach Lockard he took the time out, but he let his other coaches kind of take the lead on the huddle and coach them up. And, he took care of some business with the referee. So, that's kind of confidence in who you got around your guys.
And that's a huge thing while you're coaching, have a good personnel around you because they help you make a lot of decisions and help you really establish what you want to establish.
Maybe I missed something. I'm not sure exactly what Coach Lockard was upset about, but there was something that was not to his liking.
Didn't settle with his soul,
Campbell County feeds it inside, turns it over.
Bollinger comes away with it. He's an athletic body.
There's a three. Nope.
Little short. That was Maddox.
It's hard to believe Bryson Maddox is just a junior. I feel like he's been at Clinton for 30 years.
That's not. Okay, well, our roster is off then. Driving the basketball.
Nice.
Gotta love the way he got to the. He took it all the way to the basket that time. I don't think that happens enough in high school basketball.
Sometimes you just got to be an athlete, and that's what he was.
A little short.
Took a bump after the three. Nope. Hate to see that rebound bounce off the floor. You'd like to get it before.
Nice
Wow.
take there.
Muscling it in is Gavin Cox.
Tied it up, 5-5. He's got to be careful there. That was a reach around there by number 10 for the Luke Browning, senior, Campbell County. Campbell County's first personal foul.
Gonna reset.
Yeah.
There was the world famous whistle. You could probably hear it on your television dial.
Oh.
Right idea, just a little late on the pass.
Open three from the corner.
Nice shot.
Give it to him.
I'll tell you what, the three ball is working for
Campbell
County tonight.
I don't have that young man on my roster. But number 14 with a three. How about that?
The unofficial, official roster.
Yep. That's a foul. They're going to call it on the floor.
Yeah. Good finish, though, by Camden Nelson.
Put Nelson. Oh.
What?
Keegan
Nice physical play there. Take the contact. That kind of, I know we're not in the NBA, but I'd kind of like to see that move kind of gotten rewarded.
Yeah.
I thought Nelson was going to take it there for a second.
Got a sub for Clinton.
22, Ben Tackett has entered the game.
And
6 foot forward sophomore.
Oh, you got to shoot that. If he's giving you that much room.
Lundy is also in the game. I like his green shoes.
Yeah, I think Ison's wearing the same shoes as well.
A little short. Nice rebound by the Cougars cheerleader.
Clinton ball there. Nice stop by number 22, Ben Tackett, sophomore.
Tennessee got a big game tonight, playing Syracuse at home in dark mode.
Yeah, first time they've ever worn black jerseys.
Yeah.
I like them in football, but I'm not too big of a fan of the basketball ones.
Looks like it might have been a shove there, but no call.
He traveled.
Walk, yeah. Moving that, pick up that pivot foot.
It's been kind of a fast-paced first period.
Not a whole lot of whistles blown. Bryson calling for the clear out.
Open.
Nice take, though. Oh, just a little long.
Rebound. Maddox with the three.
Nice
Knocks
shot.
it down. Tied it up.
Yeah. Double team in the back. There you go. What did Lockhart say about defending? Maddox for
From
three.
the same spot, too.
Nice rebound by the Dragons.
And they're busting chops on the defensive end.
Richardson gets it over to the middle of the paint.
Now, like Coach Lockhart said, this could be one of his best defensive team he's ever had, and right now they're living up to that. They're living up to that statement. Shot by Maddox. Nice mid-range shot from the
15-footer.
Maddox has put together a little 8-point run here in just a couple minutes.
And I'm not going to lie to you, it's kind of weird not seeing a Coach Lockhart team scoring quick. You know, over the last few years, they've had a couple teams that like to score quick and a lot. And, I mean, we're about to be in the first quarter. I mean, they've got 10 points. So,
You know,
nice pass.
That's
Good luck.
That's the sign of a great coach, though.
Yeah.
A great coach is a coach that can take what they have and get the most out of them.
And
you know, and if that means that you have to change up your style to do so, and what you're kind of known to do, then you do it.
Good box out. Nice seal inside. Let that one roll out of bounds.
And like we're saying, his personnel this year, I mean, a lot of talent. I mean, a lot of them have played high school ball, and they've all been around it their whole lives. So it's good to kind of see those guys, like you said earlier, giving their input and helping them out.
Lockhart's going deep into his bench. He's clearing the chamber here. A lot of boys getting a lot of time.
Yeah, Coach Lockhart's known for doing that, buying some extra rest at the end of quarters, end of halves, things like that for his guys.
Coming off a 1-point loss last night. Looks like they're going to hold it for the last shot here. And maybe not.
Another shot from Maddox. Drained it.
Man, what a first quarter.
Bryson is a really good athlete.
Wide
all
open.
around. He's a
Knocked it down. What a deep three. I mean, that was college plus.
Yeah.
So interesting, very
Yeah.
entertaining first quarter as the Dragons do have a 2-point lead as we head into the second period. But I think as there's a lot of interest right now around college football, the college football playoff, and I believe we have a graphic that we're going to throw up on the screen. Here's tonight's release projection on the college football playoff. There's going to be a lot of speculation. This one doesn't really even matter. It kind of gives you an idea of who will probably be in it. The one that matters is the one that comes out following championship weekend. I personally think that Tennessee got a terrible draw here. I think Ohio State and the largest sports network in the country, they have a bias, I think.
Well,
and,
if you look at it here, I mean, you have Penn State playing Arizona State and Boise State first round. I mean, it looks like the 5 seed. And really, look at Alabama. I mean, they got Notre Dame and SMU. So, I mean, I think those are the 2 easiest routes. And then look at Tennessee. I mean, you're the 9 seed and you go straight to the 1. I don't think that's how or 8 and 9 seed. I just don't think that's the bracket should be set up. But I don't know. I'm not a big fan of it.
You know, I
like Georgia's draw.
And you're going to get a Georgia-Texas game again, maybe.
I'm interested to see the Georgia-Indiana game because, in my opinion, if this bracket were to play out and you were to see a Georgia-Indiana game, I don't know if the scoreboard goes high enough for how many points that Georgia will score on Indiana. That's just me personally. If you look at their strength of schedule, it's terrible. And now the game's back on. So, we might have a little more time later to talk about this more, but game's back on. We got a great game going on here at the Donnie Dome.
Oh, nice.
As the Dragons do have a 2-point lead as we start the second period. And so far, Coach Lockard's billing of the defense and how this team plays defense has been spot on. We love the effort that they put forth on defense.
Maddox has got a warm hand right now.
Yeah, he went on a 5-point run, I think, there at the end of the first quarter.
Get that rebound. There you go. Alcorn, a 6'3" sophomore, number 4.
Do you think the college men's basketball game will ever go away from halves and go to quarters like everybody else?
I don't know.
Because women's college basketball plays quarters, NBA plays quarters, WNBA plays quarters, high school plays quarters.
Middle school plays quarters.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It just blows my mind. Campbell County trying to inbound the basketball.
Deep 3 for number 12. A little long there.
I think he's 1 of 3 so far tonight.
I think he's got 2, don't he? Carson
Nice
Richard
look.
3.
Nice look.
Cam Nelson, perfect. If they're not going to stop you, just drive to the basket. By the time somebody got in front of him, he was 5 feet from the basket, kicked to a wide-open shooter, the shooter in the corner. Great play by the Dragons. 18-13. Campbell County calling timeout here. I think Coach Locker's got to be thrilled by what he's seeing. His guys are defending, but they're also knocking down shots, which is a bonus.
Yeah, that's the name of the game. You got to be able to knock down shots. If you're going to take those, not as high percentage shots, you have to knock them down. And at least a couple of our Dragons here have found a couple of spots on the floor that they like.
Yeah.
Carson, the one that just hit that last 3, he's known for shooting in the corner. He's very well at 3-point shooter, but
and we're going to go down to the sideline where BJ has a couple of our
block there.
cheerleading captains, but huge block just happened. But BJ, who you got here to interview this evening?
I have the 2 senior captains for the Clinton High School cheer team, and we were just talking about how they are going to nationals and they're also competing this weekend, and we were talking about some of their favorite cheer memories. So can you tell us some of your favorite cheer memories?
Definitely making new friendships has been my favorite part. Yeah, all the team bonding we do really makes it stronger, and I just made friends for life here.
Now, for the people watching at home that maybe don't know a lot about cheer and how athletic and how much hard work that you put into it, can you tell us a little bit about how much preparation it takes for you to go to nationals?
We have a lot of weekend practices, and we practice every single day at school, and we have extended practices throughout the week. Yeah, the coaches put in a lot of nitpicking to make everything perfect, so it's pretty hard.
So I know that there are a lot of little girls that may be watching at home that want to one day cheer. So what would you tell them?
Just hard work makes it work. Just have fun. Yeah, you gotta put in a lot of work to make your cheer life successful.
So you're both seniors. So what is your plans for next year?
I will hopefully cheer at the college level, hopefully at an SEC school or just somewhere small at first. And I'll be hopefully going to ETSU, maybe cheering, haven't decided yet.
Well, thank you, girls, and good luck this weekend and at nationals and for your future in college.
Thank you, BJ.
Okay, back to you in the studio.
Hey, BJ, do you got that cheer learned yet?
not yet.
All right. We'll check back. As there's been quite a bit of action happen during that interview. We've had a couple of three-pointers, lots of shooting. Campbell County was able to put one to kind of silence the crowd, but then they weren't silenced.
I love what Clinton did on the offensive glass. They had one possession where they had 4 offensive rebounds.
Yeah.
I mean, man, that's a recipe for a W right there. It's you give yourself 4 chances a trip, that's hard to lose. Still a close game. Nice pass. He walked. Offensive rebounds.
Yeah. I mean, I think rebound is one of the most important parts of the game of basketball. So if you're letting them beat you on rebounds, it's a hard way to win the ball game.
We're going to get an over-the-back call probably on 34.
Caden Nyson, 6'4".
Calls on Brendan Hayden, hits first, team second.
Who? Brendan. They called it on 12.
Wow.
Good defense there by number 4, Jackson Alcorn.
Getting physical. Tennessee's up on Syracuse, 30-21. 8:26 to go in the first half.
Yeah, but that's a good ball game.
Inside, nice look.
Ben Tackett, nice take.
Ben Tackett from Tristan Lundy.
Tristan Lundy to Tackett. Always slap the guy on the butt that gives you the dime. That gives you the wide open look. That's right.
Nelson able to get the ball in. Isaiah Williams passes it up to the top of the key to Alcorn. Alcorn takes it, no good. Campbell County's heading back the other way. Clinton has stayed in this full court press here in the second quarter. That's going to be a foul on number 5, Lundy. It looks like 0 for the Dragons is going to check into the game.
Hate that we don't have the name right on the roster.
Can you send one of your scathing emails?
I'll send a text message to see if I can get the right name.
Okay.
Nice shot there by 24.
24 for
good pull-up three-pointer.
Let's see here. Will Crowley. Nelson, top of the key, dribbles in, takes a kind of off-balance shot, no good, and Campbell County's headed back the other direction.
24-24, good game so far.
Foul number 24, Isaiah Williams.
That'll send Gavin Cox to the line.
Gavin's not afraid of contact.
No, he's a big body guy too. Knocks down the first one.
His first lead for Campbell County?
In a few minutes. They had one near the...
I think they had one early.
It was like 8-5, I think.
Yeah. Keegan Nelson to inbound the ball. Crowley will bring it up the floor. Looks like they're going to slow things down. Clinton's pulled off their full court press.
It's been a really fast game.
Nice take there.
Yeah.
Nelson with
Little
the take.
reverse pivot.
Keegan Nelson.
Keegan Nelson.
Campbell's extended their lead to 4. Nice Euro step was that, I guess?
Yeah.
Kind of an off-balance one. Good pass.
Wow, good defense though, but nice tip in there.
I think that was Hatmaker, Jake Hatmaker.
Campbell County's going on a little bit of a run here. Buck 23 to go. 30-24.
Campbell County has a 6-point lead. So they've gone on a little bit of a run here late in the first half.
He had the 3 if he wanted it.
No.
They're going to get Hayden for the foul there on the wrist, I think.
His second.
0 is Braylon Hayden is 0. We had him at 10, and that is not correct.
Well, then who's 10?
That I don't know.
Can you text and find out?
Was there a 10?
Yeah. Braylon Hayden.
Copy. That makes sense. On the roster, they've got Braylon Hayden at 6'6", and he looks every bit of it.
Here at halftime, we'll have BJ's Brainbuster. Think she'll stump us tonight?
I think there's a good chance.
Yeah, probably. I know she goes and gets all this, history from like long before I was born. And, it's really not even that fair.
It's not fair that Keegan Nelson keeps getting offensive rebounds, and he's the shortest guy on the field.
And really, Campbell County is kind of taking command here late in the first half.
They've kind of went on a little
Extended their lead to 10. They'll take the last shot here.
Deep shot. Oh,
off the mark. And that'll be your halftime score. The Dragons trail the Campbell County Cougars 34-24. And, we'll go down to BJ down on the floor. I don't know if she has Coach Lockard. I don't think she's going to get Coach Lockard for the halftime interview. But, BJ, are you there with our BJ's Brain Buster?
Basketball fans would like to have your attention.
I'm here with the Brainbuster. I was going to let Coach Locker get onto the locker room with his boys.
Probably a safe move on your part, BJ.
BJ, we would hate for you to turn into a speed bump tonight.
Definitely. Well, I learned from my last mistake, so I figured we would go on with the Brainbuster.
All right, BJ, what's our Brainbuster tonight? Be easy on us.
Okay, Clinton once held the state record for three-pointers made in a single game. What was the number of three-pointers made, and who was it against?
This was recently. I think
yeah, it was recent.
I think
so
it's Jack with 11 or 12. I can't remember.
I was thinking 11 or 13.
No, it's 11 or 12. I can't remember the school. I was in high school when they did it. Jack had it. I can't remember because E-Dog did it in the JV game.
I'm gonna go
It's
with
11 or 12. I don't remember the school though.
I'm gonna go. We got to think about the teams that they play. So I'm gonna go with 11 three-pointers, and I'm gonna say Campbell County.
think it's 11. I think it's 11 or 12, and I think it's Halls.
Well, I'm going to go 13, and I'll say Oak Ridge,
Well,
just to
Oak
be
Ridge.
different.
I doubt it's Oak Ridge. But go ahead. Who is it? What was it?
Okay, so it was 23
23 3-pointers?
against Campbell County.
Is that as a team?
Oh, I thought we were just a
Yes.
player.
I thought it was a player.
1997.
I thought it was a player. I thought it was a player. I
did
didn't.
No,
as
it
well.
was the team.
It was a
Sorry.
team.
I thought it was
Okay.
the player as well.
And it was against Campbell County.
As a team.
What year was that?
So 97.
Against Campbell County in 1997.
Yeah, when they went to the state and all that.
So, Jared, you were not in high school.
No, I was not. I was, let's see here, in 97, I was in 5th grade.
I wasn't born.
I was in 5th. How many years have you been teaching, Darren?
I will say,
Go ahead, BJ.
Darren, were you principal then? I wanted to know if Darren was principal. In 97.
I wasn't principal then. In '97, I was actually teaching. I was the sole social studies department at the old Learn Center.
Oh, at the Armor, at the.
It was in Lake City then.
Oh, in Lake City.
Yes, true.
Well, was that Coal Creek back then?
Nope, not yet. Or it had been after. It wasn't Rocky Top yet.
No, now, in 97, I was in middle school.
Okay.
So, in Lake City.
Okay.
So, no, it wasn't Coal Creek.
The Lakers. Go Lakers.
Not in 97.
Columbia Blue, baby.
All right. So
That's
it
right.
was 97. That was one of the state championship teams, correct? They went to the state playoff or the state basketball tournament.
Yes, and and I have a good friend that played on that team, Dr. Jody Goins.
Nice. Hey, BJ, is your pullover tonight? Is that Columbia Blue that I'm seeing right there? A little Laker pride. You're sneaking in on us.
It is.
Nice.
It is.
I like it.
I had to wear my blue today to support my alma mater
There you go.
and my place of employment.
And that might be for Jonathan. That might be even more important.
I'll always be a Laker.
There you go.
Hey, BJ, I have it on good information that that you and several of your counterparts at the school dressed like snowmen today.
So, for those that didn't know, Campbell County actually had a snow day today. And as teachers, sometimes that makes us a little salty. But our theme for our Christmas theme week this week today was Snowman Day, which I felt was appropriate. So I, along with two of my teacher teammates, dressed as snowmen for our kindergarten classes today.
Fantastic.
So, BJ, what you're telling me is that teachers like to hear the sultry voice of Ryan Sutton when he makes the call to cancel school.
He is one of my very favorite phone calls.
Yeah, it's that voice. I mean, it gets teachers every time. Out of an abundance of caution.
Every time. And the voice of Fergie. He's
The voice of Fergie. Well, hey,
that's
BJ.
what that's a shout out to Bozeman, to Rebecca Bozeman.
All right. Well, hey, thank you so much for our brain buster. At least I got the school they did it against. I figured it was probably the team we were playing tonight, but
You did.
I thought it was recently they had a player that
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
11 or 13 or something like that,
Yeah.
a single
I
individual
thought we
player.
were talking individual,
So
yeah.
great brain buster tonight, and we'll be back here momentarily to cover second half action of tonight's doubleheader. And right now the Dragons trail the Campbell County Cougars 34-24, and we'll be back here momentarily to cover second half action of this basketball game here on ACTV. And welcome back, folks, for second half action here from the Don W. Lockard Gymnasium, known as the Donnie Dome. Be interested to see here in the second half the adjustments that Coach Lockard has made, because Campbell County went on quite the run to end the first half.
They did indeed. I look for the Dragons to dig in deep on defense second half, because I expect if you don't, you'll probably be sitting over with the coaches.
So that's one of my favorite comments.
Physical play. Physical play.
So one of my favorite comments tonight was your Bobby Knight quote. I think that really does speak some volume.
Yeah. The brain is connected to the butt.
Yeah.
If you're sitting for long enough,
yeah, you'll figure it out.
You think about it, you get things in gear. I am surprised with this early in the season with as much man as these teams run.
Good take there by number 0.
Braylon Hayden. I'm sure I said some very profound things while I had my mic on.
I don't think you said anything. I think I caught it before. Yeah. Maddox isn't afraid to shoot.
No. No call? Just out of bounds? Wow.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy. But he got at least slapped on the arm there. Go up, Bob. A little on there. Good rebound.
Good rebound by Tackett.
Maddox with a 3. In
good
and out.
Rebound, though.
And there's the foul.
Clinton offensive rebound's been huge.
That one's
going to
be on Browning. I think that's his second, maybe third.
That was number 10, Luke Browning, his second.
Second.
Team second of the quarter. Tristan Lundy to shoot 2.
Tristan Lundy at the line, a 6-foot junior.
First one is good.
Have you picked out a shoe of the night yet?
Still looking. I ain't got my favorite. Yeah, I mean,
Ryan Sutton gets an honorable mention.
He does get an honorable mention.
There's another offensive board.
Game, but he's got the Jordan 3s on tonight.
See, that's where you're wrong. Ryan Sutton is the game.
Good defense, Maddox.
I'm kind of leaning towards Camden Nelson, number 2 here for the Dragons. I like his Kobe reverse Grinches, the red ones. I think those look nice. Also, I'm kind of digging the Ant 1 lows there, the bright greens.
A little out of control that time by Maddox.
Some do, some don't. On those type of shoes.
They're being pretty generous tonight with their contact.
They're letting them play. Oh,
wow.
Nice scoop.
Nice.
Camden Nelson.
Nice underhand move.
5'9" amongst the trees.
You know, as long as they don't get out of hand, I don't mind the referees that realize they get paid by the game. As long as they don't let it get out of hand. I'd rather them let them play. Sometimes I think they get a little too ticky-tack. That's one thing the college game has done well about. You know, there a couple years ago, you know, any little touch or whatever was a foul.
Yeah.
You know, and they've kind of reeled that back in a little bit, I think.
Camden Nelson with another basket. Back-to-back baskets for him. 4 points for the Dragons on a run.
So that'll be a foul on Lundy. His second, I think.
Tristan Lundy. His second. First of the half.
To use an old wrestling term, I think he got popped in the solar plexus.
Good old Ric Flair. You know, that's one of the things I appreciate about Ric Flair. He never got knocked backwards. He always fell flat on his face.
Nice move. Jake Hatmaker, a sophomore for Campbell County. Under 4:30 to go in the third. Campbell County by 7. Clinton resets. There's an open look.
Open.
Bam.
Good looking shot there. Camden Nelson's not afraid to shoot it. Knocks down the 3.
Nice assist from down low by Ison.
So in the first half of the third period, Clinton's been able to cut that 10-point lead down to, or deficit down to 4.
For a 3.
Every time he gets the ball, Darren, I think you'd look good with the samurai bun.
I don't see it.
Speaking about the ball, they are playing with a new basketball this year. It's called the Wilson EVO NXT. Originally, over the last few years, they've played with the Wilson Evolution. And they've switched to this ball this year, and it's the official ball of March Madness. And it has a little bit of softer feel, and I personally, when I play with it, I think it's a little bit lighter than an actual Evolution. So I think a lot of the kids are getting used to this new ball and are trying to really learn how to shoot it and get a good grasp of it, because according to Wilson, it's the ball made for a shooter's touch. So, and it's $20 more.
That might have something to do with it. Economics.
Nice take.
Capitalism.
Camden Nelson. He's been a hot hand for the Dragons here in the third. 4-point game.
Nice block by Bryson Maddox.
You know, Campbell County has been able to put up some points, but this effort on defense from the Dragons has been pretty good tonight.
Yeah, timeout Campbell County.
Timeout, Cougars.
2:14 to go, 34-38. Campbell County in the lead, but Clinton knocking on the door. I like what I've seen here in the second half. They've been a little bit, their defense is still swarming, and they've been very, very opportunistic on the offensive end. They've hit some threes, but they've also scored from in the paint.
You know, we're late here now in the third period, and I don't think there's any real foul trouble. You know, you got a couple guys with 2 fouls, but nothing too bad. And I think that, you know, the way that things have been playing out is you're setting things up to be kind of a good ending, strong ending to this game. A barn burner, if you will.
Yeah.
Did they have this music back when you were a young whippersnapper?
They did not.
Good pass in there.
Clearing out some space with that off arm.
Good defensive stop, though, by the Dragons.
Coach Locker directing traffic. Oh, wow.
And one.
Yeah.
And one.
he did a really good job of extending that ball out in front of him, keeping his ball between, or keeping his body between the defender and the ball.
His third, second of the half. Gavin Owens with the bucket and one.
You can still be effective in basketball playing smart. I mean,
Yeah.
you got athletic kids, and you can still be effective. I mean, Lundy is far more athletic than he was, but he did a great job putting his body between the defender and the ball, got the bucket and the foul. Clinton's got some fresh faces in there right now.
Yeah, Isaiah Williams has entered the game, 6'3", forward, sophomore.
Nice rebound by Maddox. Oh, left it short. Jump ball. Where does it go? Dragons ball?
I think
Yep.
so.
Yep.
Richardson's checking back in the game. Gotta love the enthusiasm by the Orange Crush.
Yeah. They got excited about the crossover tumble. Clinton slowing it down.
Yeah, looks like they're trying to draw out the last shot here.
Coach Locker's drawing up his play. Isaiah Williams with the basketball. Campbell County's just going to let him run out the clock. Now he pressed play. Nelson wide open.
Ooh.
Little long. Got a second
Get back
chance
up
at
there.
it. And that'll be the end. That'll be the end of the third period. Campbell County Dragons lead the Campbell County Cougars
Wow.
lead your Clinton Dragons 41-34.
7-point game here.
Well, the intensity for the Dragons were certainly there, and they were, as I said, opportunistic on offense. They've cut the lead down a little. They got 8 minutes to see what they can, see what can be done here in the next, few minutes. But this is anybody's game. You're obviously under single digits. I think, one thing that Coach Locker told me today is one thing you always know about our team is we're going to defend and we're going to guard. They're going to need that here in the last 8 minutes of this contest if they want to squeeze out a win.
Well, I think you're going to see the intensity definitely pick up from Coach Lockard and his squad. And again, we just had a shot of the cheerleaders there. If you or a business want to support the cheerleaders as they make their run to the Nationals, you can email them at chscheerboosters@acs.ac. That's chscheerboosters@acs.ac, and we wish them the best of luck. Good steal.
Active hands.
Dang. Thought he was going to come away with it.
Very active hands.
Campbell County,
10
pretty
point
easy
lead
bucket there.
Nice.
Wide
kick
open.
out.
Knocked
Nice
it down.
shot by
Beautiful.
Carson Richardson there.
Carson Richardson.
6 point difference.
Nice defensive there. Not nice defensive, nice defense there by the
Nelson's
Dragons.
going to drive it, pass it out.
Nice pass. Good take by us and a little
Physical,
short. Good
physical,
rebound. Good way to
physical.
finish there.
Love that offensive rebounding.
I think he embraces the contact. 4-point game.
This defense is getting intense.
There's a shooter. Long. Campbell
He
County
passed
comes
that.
up with the comes up with the rebound. Easy
Offensive
layup.
rebounds. Pushes it back to 6. There's your screen. He chooses not to take it. Ooh.
Gotta love the hustle there by
Camden
Camden Nelson. Campbell County with the basketball. Keegan Nelson for Campbell County with a pull-up jumper.
Keegan's had a pretty nice game.
Got it to go down.
Coming off the bench for the Cougars.
Continuing to go to the paint. Got a call there. I think it'll be on 12.
Tyson was about to separate that double team.
His first, team first of the quarter.
Lundy back in the game. Alcorn. And there's somebody else. I missed it. I think it was Hayden.
Oh, it was an offensive foul, number 5 for the Dragons.
Is on number 5. I think that's his third. Fourth. It's his fourth.
That was a short check-in. Brendan Hayden checking in for the Dragons.
Oh, almost came up with a steal there.
I think timeout by Campbell County.
Yeah.
I don't believe they were going to get it past the timeline. 5:59 to go, just a hair under 6 minutes. Campbell County's pushed that lead back out to 8.
I like your dance moves, Dallas.
Thank you. I don't break them out often.
Maybe we could get a ACTV series going called Dallas's Dance Moves.
I don't know about that one.
Okay.
I don't think they would enjoy it.
Is your name Pamela Pumpkin?
Tell you what, these boys are going to sleep well tonight. They're working hard on defense.
And that's the thing. You
Nice
know,
move.
Clinton just played a game last night.
Yeah,
You know, that's a pretty tough turnaround.
that was a pretty nice drop step.
And Campbell County's been able to extend their lead back out to 10. Oh, good drive.
Fouls are hard to come by. If you're going to go in there, you better go strong.
Yeah, you're going to have to initiate the contact to have a chance of getting the
Get a rebound. There you go.
He pulls up. Nope. Open in the corner. A little long. The hustle from Campbell County is there. They're going to slow it down.
Under 5 minutes. Yeah, Campbell County's content to hold it and let the clock run. They're in no hurry.
Wide open.
Oh, you got to give him that call. There you go. Give it to him. Great call, Richardson.
Coach isn't happy about that one.
I'm going to say, I think he's pre-planted on that one.
Yeah, I think his feet were there. He got there kind of late, but I think his feet were there.
That's a Donnie Dome call. You got to get that. Give it to the home team. He's working hard. Important possession by the Dragons here. Need some points. Can't afford to have too many more empty possessions.
No, you're going to have to hit some couple threes and a couple layups here.
Well, the key is, their defensive intensity has kind of slacked off a little. Foul on 24, that'll be his fourth, I think.
Got to value the possessions right here. You can't go loosey goosey with the basketball. You got to value your touches, value your possessions.
Oh, Mount made that there, but he's going to get 2 shots here.
That's on Gavin Cox, his third. Team fourth. Jackson Alcorn at the line.
Tennessee-Syracuse scores at halftime. Tennessee leads 45-35.
Alcorn at the line. There you go. Always good to score when the clock's not moving, when you're behind. Got both of them. Oh, get you still. Get up. Good work. Hey. There you go. Oh, my goodness gracious.
That's 5 on him.
Goodness, he got slapped in the face. It's a good thing Coach Lockard's got some years on him. He might have got a technical back in his younger days.
Is that not a tech?
I thought he called that. I thought that was his 5th foul. It is.
Oh, that was fouling Clinton.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Number 12, Brendan Hayden, checks in.
That was a tough call.
Well, as we tick under 4 minutes, I would just want to give a shout out to all the folks there at the Donnie Dome, with all of our technical support, our camera people. Jonathan Caldwell stepping in tonight. We were a little short-handed, and so he's been running the camera for his wife, BJ, our sideline reporter. Awesome job by him this evening. And Will. Molly's over at Anderson County Show Choir. So thank you to all those folks that put in the hours to be able to pull this off. Ryan, Andy, and the gang.
Nice steal by the Dragons.
Good steal by the Dragons.
Got the rebound, though.
There's your open look.
Nice. And one. You got to quit that. You got to quit that. You got to quit that. Number
Big
2.
bucket by Nelson.
Nelson's got to quit that. Don't forget to tune in at 6 p.m. this Saturday as the annual Clinton Christmas Parade will be taking place, and you'll be able to get all that awesome action right here on ACTV. You know, some of our elected officials will be handling the coverage for that wonderful annual event.
Did the bucket not count there, or? I mean, what do we got going on here?
I don't know.
I thought it was an and 1-3.
3-point basket by Campbell.
I'm not sure what's going on.
I just don't.
I don't.
We didn't have the right call there.
For the Dragons, Bryson Maddox, shooting.
It was Camden that made it. The 3 counts in 2 shots.
Did they call the foul away from the ball?
No, because they were down 9 points. But I guess so.
So BJ's texting me. She says there was a foul under the basket after the shot.
Okay, away
so
from the
ball. The 3
ball.
did count, though. And
missed both of them. You really needed those. That's going to be a foul on number 2. No,
12 or 22.
I'm sorry, 12.
That's number 22, Ben Tackett, his first.
Oh, it was on 22. Okay.
Tackett.
It was on Tackett. That was just his first.
Missing those 3 throws are going to hurt. You're going to have to make it up here real quick. Good defense by the Dragons.
Can a cheerleader get a technical?
Yeah,
I'm not aware of
it. It goes to the bench. Yeah.
Listen, I've seen parents get technical, so.
Well, 2:55 to go. Dragons within 5.
I told you the intensity would definitely pick up.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been a good game.
You know, I'm a little disappointed in you guys.
How so?
Well, Lee's not been here, and we really haven't given him a hard time.
Hey, it's something with his daughters, right? I mean, you gotta do that.
Yeah, but he's my brother, so any opportunity that I have, I like to take it.
Sure.
And I think it was just practice. I mean, we're talking about practice. We're not talking about a game. We're talking about practice.
I've heard that.
All right, here we go. Campbell County will be starting with the ball after their timeout. Oh.
Close.
Oh.
There you go.
Well, there's the steal.
Nice steal by the Dragons.
Forcing that chaos. Both teams tightening it up a little bit. Big steal by the Dragons, or by the Cougars.
We'll get it right eventually.
Nice pass, but you got to make that right here at the end of the game.
Yeah, that's where they struggle with their youth and inexperience there.
And missing those 2 free throws don't help either. You got to make your free throws under 5 minutes.
Yeah, look over there. There in the corner, you got some of Anderson County's finest. Our school resource officers do a wonderful job.
Absolutely.
In Anderson County.
I wouldn't like to think what Clinch River would be without Officer Brown at our place. He does a fantastic job, vital part of what we do as a school. And I mean, he's a friend when you want one, and if you don't want one, he can accommodate in that area too.
You know, as a parent that drops a child off at a school every morning, there's something that just brings a calm over you about dropping your kids off at school, and there's
absolutely.
a resource officer right there greeting them.
Everybody wants their kids to be safe.
Most of the time, it's with a smile, and they're happy to be there. And, you know, so hats off to them. They do a wonderful job.
Timeout by the Dragons. The finger roll there by Nelson cuts it to 7. Coach Lockard pretty intense in the huddle. Of course, Coach Lockard's pretty intense whether he's in the huddle or not.
Looks like he's teaching them about atoms right now. What year did you may know this? What year did he take over as head coach?
I think he told me today this was his 28th year coaching and 22nd maybe as head coach. That might not be exactly right. He told me this afternoon, but I can't remember exactly.
He's been coaching longer than I've been alive.
Nice steal. There you go. That was an easy 2.
5-point game.
Boy, they're letting them play. There's a lot of physical, a lot of contact. Just everybody gets knocked over.
It's off from Campbell County. Oh, they're going to give it to him. Oh no, it looked like it hit off the chest of a Campbell County player, but Campbell County will retain the ball.
Need your shin guards tonight.
So what shoes is he wearing there?
I'm not gonna lie, I can't figure them out. It's really bothered me.
$130s. You gotta.
I can't tell because it's so zoomed out. Not dang them.
Good offensive rebound.
7-point game.
Yeah, you need to go down here and hit a
You got to get a 3.
I can't figure out his shoes though.
22.
Yeah, let me.
Bryson Maddox on the take. Going to the line for the Dragons.
There they are.
I think. I'm at a loss. I think they're a Jordan.
Joke's on you. They came off of Temu. I'm just kidding.
I truly don't know what those are.
I mean, if you don't know what they are, nobody here knows what
I
they
do
are.
not know what those are.
I mean, we should get you to take a picture of it and do a Google search.
Yeah, I bet AI can do that, honestly.
Cuts it to 5 if he hits this.
Knocks it down.
There you go.
62 seconds
Need
to go.
a steal.
Oh, I like the acting. Trying to get a call.
No.
You got to foul at some point. You got to foul at some point.
Hey, that'll count.
Not when you're shooting, though.
Sends Keegan Nelson to the line.
I hate to let him get a shot up on the glass that close.
He didn't make it.
He didn't. 42 seconds. Down by 5.
At the line for Campbell County, Keegan Nelson.
You're going to have to score quickly.
Put the pox on him right here. There
That's
you
the
go.
first.
So even if he hits this one, it's still a 2-possession game.
We need to send BJ over there and ask him what they are. That's be a good way to figure them out. All right, we got a
81-2.
6-point game here, 42 seconds. We got to hit a quick 3 or quick 2, even better. Nice.
And a foul.
Now you got to knock down the free throw.
It's a good take there by Bryson Maddox. He's just an all-around good athlete. He's also a 3-star receiver in football. He's got a couple offers. So, like you said, coming off a football season, trying to get back into the basketball groove.
You make this one, the one-possession game, 36 seconds left. Big free throw.
Oh, that's not what you wanted.
30 seconds. Not much of a choice.
Browning will go to the line. Is it still 1-1?
Yeah.
Oh, he says 2.
Did he say 2?
Yeah.
I can't see the foul count. That's the
There you
first.
Campbell County's ability to shoot free throws tonight is keeping Clinton
But Clinton's not made many either.
in it.
Interesting approach. Campbell County pulls all of its players off the line. Go down and play defense.
They don't want
Coach
any quick
Darren don't like
scores.
that. Coach Darren don't like pulling your 2 offensive rebounders. Makes that one. All right, 5-point game,
bucket.
25 seconds.
Somebody's got to pull. Got to
Come
score
on.
twice.
Come on.
And no whistle.
They swallowed them tonight. 12 seconds to go here. It will stay on this end of the floor.
Oh,
That was it.
that'll do it.
So Campbell County most likely get out of here with a W.
Yep.
7.1 seconds to go. 5-point lead. It's going to be a little too much for them to overcome.
Good
tonight.
game, though. Good
Yeah,
game.
back and forth.
I mean, yeah. Clinton brought the defense tonight. Hurt themselves a little bit at the stripe tonight. You know, obviously there's still some time on the clock, but barring the miraculous, but a good game, entertaining. Clinton had the lead there for most of the first half. Campbell County fought back, took the lead, and looks like they're going to be able to hold on to it as we wrap this one up. You should dress up as a policeman next game.
I think we got enough school resource officers over there.
Yeah.
I just play one on TV. Well, Darren, while we got a break here real quick, what's going on at your school right now?
Getting ready for Christmas. Got a lot of Christmas stuff going on. Got lots of sponsors for our kids. Several local businesses always help out. Super nice. Our elementary kids will get a visit by Santa Claus on the 17th of December. That's our Santa. We have, I'm telling you, if you've never seen Travis Freeman do Santa Claus, you haven't lived. Travis Freeman and Alan Russell are Santa and his elves, and they come up and each year and do a fantastic job.
Isn't Alan Russell a little big to be playing an elf?
No, he's fantastic.
I'm just totally kidding. Now, if I'm not mistaken, don't you have a little reunion band that gets together?
We have in the past. I don't have. We've had a hard time getting those people together recently. Some people have moved. Mr. Stecker and I, we've been doing the 12 days Christmas.
I love it.
I'm afraid one day Nate's back's going to give out by holding me up, but
hey, I got to give it to that referee right there.
yeah, he just took an earful.
Took it on the chin. He's like, there's half a second left. We're just going to take this one on the chin. And
little Kansas from the Left Overture album, Carry On Wayward Son. Oh, my. They ought to put that in the Baptist hymn.
Carry on my wayward son.
It's just my opinion.
I don't do it justice, but, you know.
A Kerry Livgren classic.
I will say, back in my Guitar Hero days, that was one of my go-tos.
Calling another timeout. Let's make sure this half a second goes as long as this is the longest half a second in mankind. Again,
we hope you will tune in on Saturday at 6 o'clock as Jeff Cole, Tim Shelton, and Regina Copeland will bring you coverage of this year's Clinton Christmas Parade. It's always a great time. I paid my dues working with the chamber, working that parade for 6 years, 5 years, however many years I worked it. But it's always a great time. Go out and enjoy the parade.
Oh. Your final score, Campbell County 61, Clinton 54. Good game tonight, entertaining. I mean, obviously the Dragons came out on the short end of it, but fun game to watch. Had some ebbs and flows for both teams. You know, we're young in the season. We still got time to learn. And as Coach Lockard, I mean, like, you know, you can't win them all, but as Coach Lockard said, we want to get prepared for postseason tournament play.
Yeah. You know, we got a little more than a month before we see this team play again. And I will be interested to see the growth that happens in that month.
Sure.
You got most of your starters that they just got back from the football field in the last couple of weeks. So I'll be interested to see in the next month kind of what they do offensively. Defensively is kind of they're kind of getting things squared away there as far as what they want to try to do as a team. Offensively, I think you'll continue to see them grow and mature. So with another month of coaching and, you know, gelling as a squad, I'll be interested to see what they look like a month from now.
For me, my takeaway on the positive side of the ledger tonight, I thought Clinton really did a fantastic job defensively in stretches. And then secondly, I really liked what they did on the offensive glass. I think when they got their lead and when they made their runs, they did that by giving themselves additional opportunities on their offensive end. So I you know, if you could do it over again, you'd like to see a little better shooting from the line, I think, from Clinton. But I think Coach Lockard's is going to have some takeaways here that he can work with.
Yeah, and I'm with Darren absolutely. I think you're going to see where you need to really establish here, and especially right here at winter break. I mean, they'll have a couple practices, and I think they'll really find out what they need to work on. I think some free throws, and like you said, their defense is good, but they need to put a little bit more defense. But also, I'd like to give a shout out to all the Clinton staff over there. They've done a really good job this year. Athletic department, shout out Mr. Reed. He was my freshman criminal justice teacher, so they got a good thing with the girls going to nationals for cheer. And I think the girls soccer had a pretty good run this year, and all the spring sports coming up.
Back-to-back years for the football team going to the playoffs.
So it's just
and the softball field. The saga of the softball field is coming to an end.
Yeah.
Praise the Lord.
Well, and just a few reminders again about our upcoming games. Double-checking my list here. January 17th, Anderson County will play at Clinton. We'll be back at the Donnie Dome for that one. And then January 28th, Scott County, the Highlanders come to Anderson County. And then February 7th, Clinton High School at Anderson County. So we've got 3 more games to cover on ACTV. Should be a lot of fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
Looking forward to it. But I guess that kind of wraps up our coverage for tonight. For Ryan, Andy, and the gang, For Dallas, BJ, Darren, and I'm Jared. Thank you for watching. Be safe this evening, and good night, everybody.